drops into big snowflakes. Those snowflakes become heavy enough to fall and melt back down as rain. And so that's what cloud seeding is, and people across the United States use it for bringing water to their farms, adding snowpack to the mountains so that snowmelt runs off and gives water to the rivers during the summer. Cloud seeding is not the long streaks in the sky that you see, right? Whether those are contrails or chemtrails, cloud seeding needs to have big, fluffy, natural clouds in order to make it rain more.
Now, if I remember my high school kind of science, aren't all clouds moisture already, or is it different?
Yeah. So clouds are just water and dust, and sometimes they don't have enough water or enough dust to precipitate on their own.
Understood.
And so what Rainmaker does is it introduces a little bit of dust to help the cloud precipitate.
So, and you said earlier when you were explaining it that it doesn't do it to the point where it causes flooding. Can you explain that to my listeners?
Yeah, absolutely. Right. So Rainmaker does have cloud seeding operations in Texas, right? And we work with local counties and farms to make more rain when they're in drought. And so when we create precipitation, a single cloud seeding event can make about 10 million gallons of water over the course of, an hour or two over 100 square miles, give or take, right? The flood that happened in Texas this past weekend, that storm dumped 4 trillion gallons of water. So 1 million times more than cloud seeding is even capable of producing, right? And it's in my interest, like I run a business, to say that this tech can make a lot of water, but it can't make anything near what came from the tropical storm, the natural disaster and tropical storm that blew in and flooded Texas. And so although it's totally true that Rainmaker does cloud seed in Texas, we weren't operating for days prior to the flooding. And even if we had been, we couldn't possibly produce as much water as came from that storm.
Now, my question becomes, as kind of this, conspiracy-minded kind of guy, right? When you're helping an already existing cloud, can that be a problem? In other words, if you had a cloud that's already going to rain, but then you see that cloud, does that become a problem? Can that create an avalanche of water?
That's a great question, too, right? And so something that a lot of people don't know, first of all, that like weather modification and cloud seeding is real, but also there are regulations and laws in most states that tell you how you're allowed to cloud seed and how you're not allowed to cloud seed.
Gotcha.
And so in Texas, there's regulation that's called suspension criteria, which means if there's already a flash flood warning issued, or if there's already flooding that's occurred, or the soil is too moist and can't take more water, then we're regulated not to operate because more precipitation wouldn't be helpful then. And so not only did we comply with all the regulations in Texas and not operate in the vicinity of the flood, but we proactively stopped days in advance because our meteorologists, our forecasters, saw that there was a big storm coming in.
Now, we're on the phone with Augustus Dorico. He is the CEO of Rainmaker. They're a cloud seeding company that was operating in Texas. What do you say to people say, well, it's in your best interest to defend that this had nothing to do with you because you own a company?
Yeah, no, I understand where people are coming from when they say that, and I'm happy to provide transparently any data or information that people ask about, anything to do with our operations or the science of it, so that they can review it themselves and assess whether the evidence that we have that we didn't affect the floods is credible. And also a bunch of other meteorologists and politicians have come out since and said that based on the evidence, there was no impact of cloud seeding on the floods.
Shelley Winter filling in for Mark Arum. That was my exclusive interview the other night on my show, which airs Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. with Rainmaker CEO Augustus Dorico. And so the interesting thing, Marjorie Taylor Greene, our congresswoman here in Georgia, she had talked about dropping a bill that talked about banning a federal ban on cloud seeding and weather modification. Many on social media have been talking about that the cloud seeding caused this rain flood, this disaster. Many people have been talking about weather modification caused the North Carolina floods right before the election. And I wanted to speak to Augustus because his company was seeding clouds in Texas. They do seed clouds in Texas, and they've been doing it for years. And what's fascinating to me, what he said was, one, cloud seeding doesn't cause the amount of rain that dropped on this past last week, 7 days ago in Texas. Number one, Number two, he said this has been going on. This was the most fascinating part, one of the most fascinating parts of what I learned from this interview that I did. By the way, you can find the full interview if you go to my Facebook page, Shelley Wynter, SHELLEY, WYNTER. I have both the full interview on my Facebook page. You just scroll down and you can find it. Augustus Dorico, Rainmaker CEO, part 1 and 2. But one of the most fascinating things that I learned was that this technology was invented in the 1940s. Like, this is nothing new. Many of us think this, like I said to him, I kind of felt this was kind of conspiracy theory kind of ish, but it really has been going on since the 40s. And nothing to the tune of what we think it is here in the States every time some disaster strikes. So you have people on the left who blame everything on climate change, and you have people on the right who blame everything on weather modification and cloud seeding. And it's just fascinating to me to watch. And it's fascinating to me to have listened to him to hear the truth and how this technology works. And Texas, for the record, Texas has been using cloud seeding for many, many years because they have droughts in Texas, and they have farms, cattle farms, all kinds. They have widespread. It's been used widespread in Texas, and it covers about 1/6 of the state, spanning 31 million acres across its northwestern, western, and southern regions as of 2022, according to the Texas Department of Licensing and Regulation, which means that Texas regulates the cloud seeding. So I hope that bringing that to you will dispel some of the online chatter going on, not necessarily with Rainmaker and their involvement in all of this, but with trying to ban cloud seeding or weather modification at the federal level, something that the U.S. government, already regulates, and something that Texas especially already regulates, as well as Florida and other areas that have opportunities of large-scale drought on a regular basis. They use cloud seeding and weather modification technology in order to get the rain to fall. And I see nothing wrong with it. It's actually something very, very necessary. Shelley Wynter in for Mark Arum. I'm here till 12 noon. Wanted to update you because I know Mark has been talking about this all week, so I wanted to start off the show updating you on Texas, what's going on. Donald Trump visits Texas today. Good for him. There's always criticism of presidents when they don't immediately go to a disaster zone. We did it with Biden in North Carolina, although I don't think he ever went to North Carolina. Kamala Harris did, but that was more than 10 days later, I believe. But President Trump is going to visit Texas. He got them aid. All of Texas talked about how quickly Black Hawk helicopters and rescue missions came into Texas when the flood hit. And he's going to be down there today, so we'll be looking forward to if there's any comments that he makes. I'm sure our news department here at WSB 95.5 WSB will talk about it. Before I continue and get dragged down, let's go to traffic with my brother Mike Shields. Hey Mike, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Shelley. Overall pretty good on the interstates, but we do see roadwork setting up as you make your way between Norcross and Duluth. I-85 northbound Pleasant Hill Road exit 104, right lane's blocked right now with barrels out. Also right lane blocked into Cobb County 20 eastbound as you try to work your way to Stonecrest and getting past Wesley Chapel Road exit 68. DOT also reporting right lane blocked there as well. This report is brought to you by the International Hot Rod Association. Nitro's back. The IHRA Outlaw Nitro Series is lighting up the track. Nitro Nation. Grab your tickets now at IHRA.com. That's IHRA.com. I'm Mike Shields, 95.5 WSB.
The news of the day through the eyes of Eric Von Hessler.
I've listened to many arguments, and there are good arguments to say that we shouldn't. I'm just saying.
If it's on your mind, it's on his.
This is the only way to do it. Some people are going to lose their job, and then they're going to be put back in the job. Because
Eric Von Hessler, today at 3.
It's about you. You're being celebrated.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
It's the Love Your Home Minute from TE Certified. Hi, it's Chris Chandler with Josh, the local owner of TE Certified Electrical, Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. You know him. That's him you see jumping out of the back of their trucks. Josh, tell me something you've done recently to help you love your home.
Our whole house water filtration system. Before we got our whole house filter, our water kind of tasted like chlorine, kind of had an odd smell to it. Ever since we put the whole house filter in, now our water smells perfect, it tastes great, and it cleans every single faucet in our house. So at our toilet, at our sink, at our shower, we have clean water.
That's the kind of thing that's good for the whole family.
Absolutely. So this is our kids, myself, washing water, our cleaning water, our cooking water, and of course, even the dog gets clean water now. It took less than a day for the team to install the 2 new filters for the house, and now every single faucet my family uses has filtered water.
Josh, thank you. I believe a water filtration system from TE will help a lot of our listeners love their home more.
TE Certified, we love your home.
We are here with CFP and investment advisor Aaron Vincent of the Vincent Financial Group and host of Retire ATL. And Aaron, you mentioned that taxes are on sale. What exactly does that mean? And is it something we need to take advantage of right now?
Yeah, Mark, it may not feel like it right now, especially this time of year, but when you look at history, we are actually in historically low income tax rates time. If you look back, tax rates have been significantly higher. And when you look at the national debt, which most reference at around $36 trillion, but when you consider the fact that with all the unfunded liabilities like Social Security and Medicare and Medicaid, it's actually north of $100 trillion. When we look at factors like that, there's a pretty good chance that tax rates actually go significantly higher again. So yeah, you can make an argument that right now taxes are on sale.
So Aaron, what can we do right now to take advantage of these low tax rates?
If you don't have an income plan in your retirement conversations, then you actually don't have a tax plan. That's important because if you don't have a plan for your money, guess who does? Uncle Sam's got one, and by default, you'll fall into that one. So we want to offer you a no-cost, no-obligation tax map. It's a deep dive into your retirement plan and specifically your tax strategy. From there, we'll make suggestions based on what's working or what opportunities could better fit your situation. The goal is for you to keep more of your hard-earned money while giving less to Uncle Sam. Call us at 770-280-1488. Again, that's 770-280-1488. Our home office is in downtown Woodstock, but we're available all across Metro Atlanta to meet you at a time and place that fits your schedule.
Taxes are not a seasonal conversation, and they're not going away once you retire. Take advantage of the complimentary tax map by calling the Vincent Financial Group today, 770-280-1488. That's 770-280-1488. And join us for Retire ATL, Sundays at 6 p.m. right here on WSB. Investment advisory products and services made available through Impact Partnership Wealth, LLC, IPW, a registered investment advisor. Neither the firm nor its agents or representatives may give tax or legal advice. Individuals should consult with a qualified professional for guidance before making any purchasing decisions.
Hot water heater just not cutting it anymore? You don't get that piping hot shower you want every morning? Hey, it's Mark Aaron back from my friends at Reliable Heating and Air. Check out this amazing deal. New water heater, only $29.99 a month, and make no payments for 3 whole months. Or you can go tankless, only $59.99 a month, and you can enjoy that lovely, endless hot water. Same day water heater installation guaranteed, or they pay you $300. Get that new water heater now. Save a ton of money. Just go online to reliableair.com.
It's the first day of the first grade, and she found a new best friend. It's a laid-back Sunday afternoon you wish would never end.
The homemade taste of Bluebell and good friends gathered round. The good old days are being made right now.
You'll be one smart cookie when you try Bluebell Cookie Cake Ice Cream. A sweet cream ice cream loaded with chocolate chip cookie cake pieces and swirls of chocolate and vanilla icing. This cookie cake ice cream really takes the cake.
The good old days are being made right now.
The good old days are being made right now.
Look for Bluebell half gallons, specially priced $5.99 when buying 2 at all Kroger's now through July 15th.
Shelley Winter in for Mark Aram. I'm here till noon. My show normally airs Monday through Friday. 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. I'll be back on air live tonight at 7 p.m. For my show. So if you've never listened to the Shelley Winter Show in the evenings, please tune in tonight at 7 if you can. So guess what? It's that time of year again, and I am very, very excited. Carathon is coming up fast, July 24th and 25th, benefiting the Aflac Cancer and Blood Disorder Center at Children's Healthcare of Atlanta. So now, the children's website is live. So now here's what happens. We have a bunch of premiums incentives, we call them. It's where, like, you could see the Von Hessler Doctrine in the live lounge for X amount of money, or beer, whiskey and brew, and beer and bourbon, and cigars and bourbon with Eric Erickson, all kinds of different things. Now, if you go to WSBradio.com, WSBradio.com/Carathon, go there now, click on the link, and then click on incentives. Now, you'll see a bunch of different things, different opportunities, Clark Howard football tickets, all kinds of great stuff that I would sign up for. But I need you to do this for me. Scroll down, read what everyone else has going on. Read them because it's interesting. They're fun stuff. Don't buy anything. Scroll all the way down, get to Shelley Winter Tailgate and Falcons game. The Falcons play Carolina in November. Scroll down to my incentive, which is the tailgating. We'll tailgate before the game. Then we'll go into the game, Falcons versus Carolina, all sit together. It's $350 per pair. Sign up for that first, and then go to everybody else's and see what you want to do. But sign up for mine first, because it's the best one. I mean, football, tailgating, Ray's Southern Foods, my good friends at Ray's Southern Foods in Forest Park, the best Southern food that you'll ever have. They're going to provide all the food for our tailgate. We're going to play cornhole. We're going to play games. We're going to have fun. We're going to talk smack, play some cards, just have a good time tailgating, just what you would do as a tailgater. And we're going to have a great time, great food with Ray's Southern Foods. So sign up for that first, and then go do what you want to do. But make sure you go to the Falcons game and tailgate with Shelley Winter. That's going to be against the Carolina Panthers. All right, but the link is live. All joking aside, the link is live. Start to sign up for stuff because it sells out. If you wait till the 24th and 25th, it may be gone by then. So do it now. All right, just wanted to get that out of the way. And make sure, because I want to sell mine out before the 24th. Okay, I really do. Let's see. Let me go to Brett in Canton really quickly. Brett, go ahead.
Hey, Shelley. Thanks for having me on. How are you doing?
Good.
All right, real quick. I caught your thing with the cloud seeding guy when I was in the car. And my thought was, he said they abide by regulations and such, but is it possible that there were possible government entities or Department of Defense people up in that area doing something that they may not necessarily be above board? I
think one of the things that he said, and I welcome you to go to my Facebook page to see both segments of the interview that I did with him. We just cut it short for time on the Mark Arum show. But I think anything is possible, and he said that. Anything is possible, right? I'm not sure that I would stretch out to find the conspiracy in that situation. But, again, to your question, I think anything is possible. But I don't think I wouldn't go that far to say that happened. But yes, I think anything is possible, but I don't think in this case that happened. I think this was a storm. It was a tropical storm that hit Texas. One of the questions I asked him about in my interview that you can, listen to if you like on your own is I asked him about what happened in Dubai, because a lot of people said that was due to cloud seeding. And he said in Dubai, when that storm hit, it went throughout the whole region. Oman was hit, Saudi Arabia was hit, Iran was hit. So, and they're in the desert. So when rain falls very heavily in a desert, there's nowhere for the water to go, and these countries are not built for drainage because they're in a desert, But great call, right, my friend. Great call. Let's go. My name is Shelley Winter. I'm in for Mark Arum. We will be right back, my friends.
What's the biggest mistake people make when selling their home? That one's easy. Settling. I don't mean settling down. I mean settling for way less money. It happens all the time. You get tired, worn out. A few lowball offers roll in, and suddenly you're like, yeah, sure, whatever, just take it. Not with Orchard, because Orchard has flipped the entire system. First, they give you cash up front for your current home, That means you can go ahead and buy your next place on your timeline. No showings while you're still brushing your teeth. No packing up twice. No weird limbo life. Then, while you're chilling in your new place, Orchard gets to work selling your old home for top dollar. They handle the details, the marketing, the heavy lifting, and you get more money without losing your mind. So stop settling. Get your free home valuation today at Orchard.com. That's Orchard.com.
Cancer upends your life. We're doing all we can to change that. At Winship Cancer Institute of Emory University, we're reimagining the care experience to ease the burden of cancer with experts in your cancer and the research, trials, and treatments you can only get here. All so you can focus on what matters most, the best chance of living a full life. Winship Cancer Institute of Emory University. Cancer care designed around you and your life. EmoryHealthcare.org/Winship.
It's July, and that means pool days, summer celebrations, and of course, heat. Georgia heat is brutal. Don't let your home be a sauna. Coolray has the perfect solution to keep you cool this summer. Coolray is offering you $2,250 in rebates and free attic insulation when you purchase your new complete carrier system. You know, proper insulation is like a sidekick for your HVAC, keeping cool air in and hot air out. Call or go online to Coolray.com to book your appointment today. Coolray and Carrier. Turn to the experts.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
Good morning at 9:30. I'm Graham Carroll. This news brought to you by Dr. Roof. Our top local story. Big changes beginning today now for drivers getting off of I-85 northbound to North Druid Hills Road and its frontage road. A new braided ramp from the left-hand lane takes drivers under the overpass to get to the frontage road and the recently opened Arthur Blank Children's Hospital. Drivers also use the lane to go westbound on North Druid Hills as they have done previously. But the DOT's Kyle Collins says drivers using the right-hand exit lanes will see changes as well.
There's no longer going to be an option to go straight across to access the frontage road. That's becoming 3 dedicated right turn lanes to head eastbound on North Druid Hills Road.
All the changes meant to keep people moving and reduce bottlenecks. This is all new at 9:30. The Securities and Exchange Commission says a Newnan-based financial institution was a Ponzi scheme.
The SEC has filed charges against Newnan-based First Liberty Building and Loan, alleging that it defrauded 300 investors of at least $140 million. The SEC complaint alleges that First Liberty's owner and founder, Edwin Brandt Frost IV, used investor funds for personal use, including for credit card payments and family vacations. The company abruptly closed its doors on June 27th, announcing it would end operations and cooperate with federal authorities. Jonathan O'Brien, 95.5 WSB.
Canada's Prime Minister weighing in after President Donald Trump threatened to impose a 35% tariff on Canada starting August 1st. Mark Carney vows to defend Canada's economic interests, but reiterates his sincere wish to work cooperatively with the Trump administration. The FBI in Atlanta shuts down several websites in a major piracy crackdown.
The feds bust several online criminal marketplaces providing pirated versions of popular video games, sometimes days or weeks before their official release date. During one 3-month period alone, 3.2 million downloads occurred on the sites, resulting in $170 million in losses. The FBI Atlanta field office shut down multiple domains. Anyone who goes to those sites now will see a big red banner notifying them it's been seized by the feds. Jennifer Perry, 95.5 WSB.
A bill to sanction countries that buy Russian exports is gaining momentum in the U.S. Senate.
We're not going to play whack-a-mole anymore with Russia and sanctions. We're going after his customer base.
Senator Lindsey Graham says the bipartisan measure is meant to force Russia's president to negotiate an end to the war with Ukraine. Well, the Budweiser Clydesdale horses will be in Cobb County this weekend as part of Major League Baseball's All-Star festivities. The 8-horse team will make special beer deliveries to local bars this afternoon in downtown Smyrna. Fans attending the All-Star Village at the Cobb Galleria Center from Saturday through Tuesday can stop by the Budweiser Zone just outside the convention center to meet the iconic Budweiser Clydesdales at their stables. And this is important, WSB recall alert. 850,000 water bottles sold at Walmart are under recall. The lid on the Ozark Trail stainless steel bottles can forcefully pop off the bottle when opened. The Consumer Product Safety Commission says 3 people have been injured. 2 have gone blind. It is 9:33, time to check traffic and weather. Mike Shields live in the WSB 24-hour traffic center.
And Graham, seeing some delays starting to form on the east side perimeter as you leave I-20 on 285 northbound. DeKalb County southeast leg of the perimeter slow as you get past Glenwood Road, exit 44. Of course, work being done on the ramps to Glenwood Road, so that's starting to impact the through lanes. Also, road work set up now as you make your way through Duluth, trying to get into Lawrenceville and beyond on I-85 northbound Pleasant Hill Road, exit 104. Our right lane's blocked sluggish as you leave Indian Trail Road. Your way through downtown, 7585 southbound, brake lights from 17th Street down to Georgia Tech. Northbound sluggish as you approach I-20 through the Grady Curve. I'm Mike Schultz, 95.5 WSB.
I'm Channel 2 Action News Chief Meteorologist Brad Nitz. Scattered showers and storms this afternoon, high 90. That rain diminishes pretty quickly as we head towards sunset.
It is 77 degrees in Peachtree City, 75 degrees in Cumming, and we have 78 degrees in Midtown Atlanta at 9:34. More news at 10 o'clock, breaking news when it happens. I'm Graham Carroll, 95.5 WSB.
You can count on it.
You can try and plan for it.
But sometimes it gets the best of you.
Stalled Big Rig 285 southbound the outer loop at 166.
When it stops you from getting where you need to be.
Atlanta's most trusted traffic team gets you there.
You slow just east of Georgia 400.
Atlanta's most up-to-date traffic reports from local and trustworthy people.
Every time you listen. Triple Team Traffic.
95.5 WSB. How Atlanta gets there.
Coming up in 2 minutes on the Mark Arum Show with Shelley Winter filling in, Jeffrey Epstein is reportedly to have had over 1,000 plus victims. Also, I have some incredible sound to play for you from Alan Dershowitz. We'll be right back.
Change, it's always happening, folks. It's a part of life. When it comes to music, change is all around us. Think about the songs you listened to as a kid and what you listen to now and what your kids or grandkids listen to. But no matter how many things change in 5 years, there's one thing that will stay the same. It's the price of your internet. It's Mark Arum back from my pals at Xfinity, and Xfinity now introducing a 5-year price guarantee. 5-year price guarantee. It means you get 5 years of the most reliable Wi-Fi with their best equipment included for a price that stays exactly the same. Are you surprised? Well, don't be. Life is full of them. One internet price, 5 years guaranteed. Learn more at xfinity.com/deals. Restrictions apply. New residential customers only. Taxes and fees extra and subject to change. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA. Fixed broadband experience report August 2024. Xfinity.com/deals.
This is Greg Truzinski of the Original Mattress Factory. Recently, the owner of a large mattress retailer was proudly sharing how over 65% of their queen mattress prices are $15.99 or higher. At the Original Mattress Factory, our focus is a little bit different. We build superior quality mattresses right here in town and do our best to save you as much money as possible. That's why at OMF, nearly 80% of our queen mattresses are lower than those prices others brag about. Stop in or check out originalmattress.com to learn more.
Hey everyone, it's your buddy Shelley Winter here. Join me this Saturday at noon for The Car Guys with Kevin Deutsch from Butler Lexus of South Atlanta. Buy or lease, fix or sell, everything you want to know about cars, we will cover Saturday noon to 1 right here on 95.5 WSB.
You don't want to play games when it comes to your roof. That's why you should call Finley Roofing, the experts who believe manners matter and who will treat your home like their own. So you'll be sure you get your roof done right. Learn more at finleyroofing.com.
Shelley Winter in for Mark Arum. My show normally airs Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. So please check me out. I'll be back on the air tonight live at 7 p.m. And so I hope you'd come join me if you've never heard the show. It's a fun show. We talk a lot about politics, and we have a lot of fun. I like to call it a party in the evening as you're driving home. So please check me out Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. But we get serious. We talk about all the issues, especially this one I'm about to talk about right now. It's being reported that that Jeffrey Epstein had over 1,000 plus victims. And here's what I find interesting. So let me tell you. So I voted for Trump in 2016, 2020, and 2024. I would be considered MAGA, for those of you who are not familiar with my politics, just to let you know up front. There's a lot of anger on my side of the fence around the reporting, recent reporting that the FBI and the Department of Justice, there's no list as it's being reported. Now they've backtracked and said they're going through all the files now, and there'll be some more to report, and yada, yada, yada. But on my side of the fence, on my political side of the fence, there's a lot of anger at this not coming out the way people wanted to. Not wanted to, but it should, which we all know is the truth, right? There are very powerful people involved with kind of, what I would call P. Diddy type behavior, freak behavior. Rich people, they do this stuff. Poor people do it. Humans do it. But when you got money up the wazoo, you tend to be just a little bit freakier than most, as we saw in this Diddy trial. You can only imagine as you go up the food chain with money and power, it probably gets worse and worse and involves younger and younger and younger children. And we want people to go to jail. We're not looking for just the optics of it. We don't want to just see the names to embarrass people. No, we want people to actually go to jail. Ghislaine Maxwell is in jail for trafficking women. So if there's no list, there's no customers. Why is she in jail? There's got to be customers because she's in jail for trafficking, and people had to buy her services. That's why she's in jail. He killed himself, Epstein. Let's go with the suicide. He killed himself, someone killed him, whatever the case may be, he's dead. Someone killed him or he killed himself for a reason. So there's got to be customers, and we want these people to go to jail. And so they're saying that there's 1,000 plus victims, but I want you to hear, this is attorney Alan Dershowitz. So just so you know, he was, I guess subpoenaed, it's a word, I'm not sure the correct legal term, but he was under deposition because he was part of this group. And he said, no, I've never participated in any of this stuff. And he sued back and countersued. And so he went under deposition. He went under oath and he talked about it. And I want you to hear, this is him talking to Sean Spicer. Listen to what he says.
Just out of curiosity, without names, are these politicians, business leaders, both?
They're everything. I know for a fact documents are being suppressed. And they're being suppressed to protect individuals. I know the names of the individuals. I know why they're being suppressed. I know who's suppressing them. But I'm bound by confidentiality from a judge and cases, and I can't disclose what I know. But I hand to God, I know the names of people whose files are being suppressed in order to protect them. And that's wrong.
And that's wrong. And that's why people on my side of the fence are angry. You see, let's make it a left-right thing. I hate to do that, but I have to in this case to further explain. You see a lot of people on Twitter from the left, on Blue Sky, they're making it all about Trump. And that's kind of what's the word? A dodge or a head fake, if you will. Like, a juke. Like, oh, they're hiding Trump, they're hiding Trump. Well, they're doing that on purpose. They're hiding everybody, according to Alan Dershowitz. And I don't see Alan Dershowitz, why the attorney Alan is lying. He's been telling me the truth since I've seen him. Like, this guy has been above board for decades. Okay? And so I don't see him making all this up now. So I'm going with what he just said, that people are being protected. And it's wrong, and he's absolutely right, because you and I would not be protected like this. The average Joe would not be protected. Heck, if you're a semi-popular person and you get pulled over for DUI, that's all over the place. Your mugshot, the traffic citation, the entire thing, your whole life is ruined over it. So we know people are being protected. And as he said, this is wrong. And this is why so many people are angry. And I wish this is one of the few things that I believe the left and the right can coalesce around to get together and come together and say, hey, release everything that you have right now. Release it all, names and all. And we could come together around this. But the left wants to make it just about Donald Trump. The right is angry, righteously angry. They don't care who's listed. And many in MAGA land, they don't care if Trump is involved. They want this list. And I'm all for them. I'm backing them 100%. We have asked for this. The Bush administration has buried it. The Obama administration has buried it. The Trump one is buried it. His administration buried it. Oh, Biden buried it, and now it's being buried again. Who are you protecting? We know who you're protecting, but we want to know specifically who you're protecting. You're protecting the rich and the famous, and it's wrong. Because unless you're willing to protect Joe Blow on the street, or Harvey in rural Georgia, or Shelley Winter here in Atlanta, or anybody else, unless you're willing to protect everything about us, whatever it may be, then this is wrong. And I hope something is done about it, because I'm telling you, I can speak for MAGA. MAGA land is getting increasingly upset. I'm going to talk some more about it, but I think I'll do it right now. There's a lot going on that's making mad. Now, there's some in MAGA that just, we don't care. You know, not we, but they don't care. Oh, don't say anything bad. Don't be critical of the president. Don't say anything. You're a turncoat. You're really always a Democrat. You're just faking being a conservative if you say anything bad about Donald Trump. But in this case, what I'm looking at, this is just one more thing that people are getting increasingly upset at the Trump administration about. And it's not necessarily, it hasn't gone to Trump specifically yet, but it's at the administration. And it doesn't bode well for the midterms. If you look at the attack, that we weren't happy with the attack on Iran, weapons support of Ukraine, the handling of just Jeffrey Epstein, and the fact that news is coming out every single day where the left may be making it seem like every single immigrant is being snatched up off the street, but the numbers are still down from Obama's numbers over the same time period. The border is secure. We love that. But a lot of people are getting more and more upset at things not going the way it's supposed to. As a matter of fact, there's a story when Carolyn Levitt, the press secretary whom I respect and love, she made a comment that promises kept, and there's a large outcry on Twitter from MAGA land saying, what are you talking about? What promises have been kept? The big, beautiful bill, no cut in spending, no deficit reduction in that bill. As a matter of fact, increase in spending, increase in deficit. Two things that the right ran on that you did the complete opposite of when you passed this big, beautiful bill. People are getting increasingly upset. And I'll caution Republican policymakers, if you're listening to me now, if you're a Republican in Congress, listen to what I'm about to tell you. If you don't say anything, the voters will in 2026. If you're unwilling to challenge the president and say, hey, Mr. President, what about this? You don't have to challenge him publicly and loudly and be insulting like Elon was, but you can challenge him like Marjorie Taylor Greene did about aspects of the big, beautiful bill. Hey, I'm on your side, but what about this? I'm on your side, but I disagree with this. If Republican congresspeople, particularly those who are running for higher office, if you're not willing to challenge, I'm telling you, the voters will challenge you at the polls because we see it as weakness. We don't see it as loyalty. It's not viewed that way by the average MAGA voter. It's viewed as weakness. Because if we feel you're unwilling to challenge the president on something that you ran on, and now you're doing the complete opposite, and you're not willing to say something publicly as to why you did it, we see that as weakness. We don't see it as loyalty. There's a big difference between the two. My name is Shelley Winter. I'm in for Mark Arum until 12 noon. I normally air 7 to 9 p.m. Monday through Friday on this great station, 95.5 WSB Atlanta's News and Talk. Now we're going to go check traffic with Mike Shields.
And Shelley, the crowd continues to make their way through downtown. If you're traveling northbound from the airport, sluggish from University Avenue through the Grady curve. Brakes free, though, right at Peachtree Pine Street, and on and off the brakes connector southbound, leaving 17th Street, working your way down to William Street and Georgia Tech. And watch out for road work impacting you this afternoon as road work set up in a right lane, 85 northbound between Norcross and Duluth, getting past Pleasant Hill Road, exit 104. The support is brought to you by Georgia United Credit Union, ready for a financial partner that puts you first. Discover the difference at Georgia United Credit Union. Visit gucu.org/join, insured by NCUA. I'm Mike Schultz, 95.5 WSB.
Is your summer vacation going to be a week at the beach?
Oh, yeah! That week at the beach could be yours if you win $1,000 on $1,000 Thursdays.
That's awesome.
It's $1,000 Thursdays on WSB.
Your chance to win $1,000 every hour between 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. on Thursdays.
Listen for the keyword at WSBradio.com or on the WSB app.
You made my life very happy.
Get all the info at WSBradio.com.
Awesome.
$1,000 Thursdays next Thursday
From 95.5 WSB.
where Atlanta wins.
Hey, this is Robbie with Ben Hill Renovations, the preferred deck experts heard on the Home Fix-It Show. We're well known for our superior craftsmanship for decks and outdoor living spaces. And at Ben Hill Renovations, we provide that same attention to detail when it comes to roofing, siding, windows, and doors. So get your project started today and call to schedule a free estimate. Or you can stop by our showroom in Douglasville, online at bhrenovations.com. Ben Hill Renovations, creating raving fans since 1964.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now.
800-575-2798.
Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call
800-575-2798. That's 800-575-2798.
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Men, trouble in the bedroom? Not anymore. Priority Men's Medical Center restores your love life in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Priority Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Priority Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. You'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients get their testosterone checked free. Call 404-885-8885. 404-885-8885. To restore your love life in just one visit, call now. 404-885-8885.
Hey, it's Belinda Skelton. I was at a barbecue where the bug spray was getting more action than the ketchup bottle. Hey, that wouldn't happen at my house. I use Arrow exterminators. Summer pests like mosquitoes, fire ants, and roaches don't stand a chance. Arrow's team members use effective, environmentally friendly solutions, and they've been family-owned for over 61 years. Call 888-GO-ARROW or visit arrowexterminators.com for your free pest inspection. And don't forget to tell them Belinda sent you.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. If you're over 50 and tired of your wireless bill getting higher and higher, there are 4 things to consider. 1, how much data are you really using? As we get older, we use less data on our wireless phone, but you're probably still paying for an unlimited plan that was designed for 20-somethings. 2, if you see Get a Phone on Us, get your sneakers out and run the other way. No one is giving you a free phone. You are paying for that phone over time with an overpriced rate plan and a long-term commitment. 3, check the fine print on that $15 a month plan. It's probably an intro price that'll double or triple later. You might even have to pay for several months of service up front. Number 4, be aware of cable company wireless plans. Most of your usage will be on Wi-Fi instead of 5G, and your calls and battery life could suffer. Switch to Consumer Cellular and get the same fast, reliable nationwide service without the big wireless bill. Our plans start at just $20 a month.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com/facts. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
Shelley Winter in for Mark Aram until 12 noon. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Let me tell you something. So, Vinny, my cousin Vinny handles the phone. Longoria is married, happily married with children. I'm like in a neutral zone here. You know, I'm in love, deeply in love with a young lady. Having some, going back and forth right now. So I'm off the table, too. Just as much as, I'm off the table. I'm off the table, not single, not, you know what I mean? You know what they say on Facebook? It's complicated, right? That's what I would say. But I'm off the table. I'm not looking. I'm not interested, nothing like that. But Vinny is single. My cousin Vinny is single. Let me tell you, Vinny, right now, this weekend, you have an opportunity to meet not one, not two, but possibly 4 wives this weekend. There is so much going on in the city this weekend that even my cousin Vinny can meet a girl and get a girlfriend. Even.
I know that sounded like a little backhanded compliment.
No, it was meant to be a backhanded compliment. No, for real, Vinny.
Even.
4 days, today, last night, tonight, Sunday and Monday, you got Beyonce at the Mercedes-Benz. Thousands and thousands of women wearing cowboy hats, cowboy boots, and the tightest jeans and shorts that you can find, all single.
So you telling me to camp out downtown?
This is what I would do if I were you. I'm telling you. I'm helping you. This is Uncle Shelley helping you out.
All right.
I would sit on, you know how you're the bridge that crosses Northside Drive going into Mercedes-Benz Stadium?
Okay, yeah.
I would get a couple of your guys there, maybe a small cooler, right? And just sit on that ledge and watch them go by. And offer up tequila shots. Hey, anybody tequila shots going in? Women will stop and talk for a tequila shot. Some will just talk because you're sitting there. But it's an excellent opportunity. Now, if you don't want to do that, there's events going on, Beyonce-themed events going on all around the city. I don't care if you know one Beyonce song. It doesn't matter. Know that single women are going to be all over this city. So I'm just trying to help you there, Vinny.
Okay. Hey, I'm hearing you.
Put on a nice shirt.
Even you can get some.
Even you.
Vince. Yeah, even Vin can get some.
We got All-Star Baseball weekend going on. If you go to the Battery this weekend, you get to sit in a grassy area, again, with a chair and a cooler and just hang out. And like it's like fishing in a barrel. It really is. I mean, I'm not single, so I'm not going to be participating. But I'm telling you, Vinny, I'm giving you the best advice you can get. If you want to be betrothed before Christmas, spend this weekend just hitting the streets.
Oh, we out all day then. Let's go.
Yeah, you don't have to spend a dime because all of these events are free, with the exception of the concert, but you're not going into the concert.
Right.
But like Signia Hotel down here by Mercedes-Benz, they have like day parties going on at Signia Hotel by the pool.
What?
The ton of women going to go to this concert. They're going to be laying by a pool all day waiting for the concert, drinking. I mean, it's amazing weekend in the city of Atlanta, in the metropolitan area. You got the baseball game. You got WWE. You can even find yourself, you find a single woman that loves the WWE, you've got a winner. I'd take a WWE single woman supporter than over a Beyonce supporter.
I actually found one.
WWE?
WWE.
There you go.
Hey.
Lock her down because she's a real girl. If you're a woman and you love wrestling, you're a real woman. So I'm just trying to give you my cousin Vinny, and all of you single guys out there listening to me right now. And ladies, let me tell you this. If your husband or boyfriend says, hey, I'm going to be playing golf with the guys, and it got extended a little later, you better lock him down and drag him home because he is out in the streets.
He's lying.
He is lying through his teeth. There's no reason, if you're a committed man, there's no reason to be out in the streets this weekend because there's nothing but cougars running the streets all weekend long. Nothing but cougars. And I'm going to make sure I'm home just watching Wimbledon all weekend long.
Be smart.
No one's going to accuse me of being out there trying to find a Beyonce-type woman. Not me. Not Shelly Shell. 404-872-0750, 1-800-WSB-TALK. When we come back, ladies and gentlemen, in all seriousness, I've got to talk about what's going on in California. And I also want to talk about something that I'm seeing online that troubles me from my side of the fence. It's a new term, and it's called rage bait. And it's where people seed social media with stuff to outrage you and get you all fired up. It's called rage bait. And there's a particular form of rage bait going on around a particular issue that I want to talk about in the next segment. So you don't want to miss that. Shelley Winter filling in for my little brother, Mark Aram. I'm here till 12 noon. I'll be back on my regular time slot tonight at 7 p.m., 7 to 9 p.m., Monday through Friday. I'll be back live tonight at 7. Ladies and gentlemen, please don't go anywhere. You want to hear what I have to say on these issues. Shelley Winter, in for Mark Aram. We'll be right back.
WSB Atlanta, WSB BFM, and HD1 Doraville. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's news and talk.
Trust is not just a word, it's an experience. When your home needs service, you can trust TE certified electrical, plumbing, heating, and cooling. It's Chris Chandler. TE is the company I trust to fix any problem once and for all. Their 5-star customer experience means easy online scheduling, friendly technicians, and a lifetime workmanship warranty, so I can just sit back and relax.
TE certified, we love your home. 1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS.
1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Hey, Mark Aram here for my bug and critter company, Breda Pest Management. I can't tell you how much I love these folks. Protecting the Aram household inside and out, friendly customer service. They get the job done right, and it's guaranteed. Pests, not a problem at the Aram household anymore because Breda is better at beating bugs. Just ask my wife. And you know what? They do it right, protecting the outside and inside of your home. If your current company, by the way, claims to protect your home from pests, shouldn't that include your actual home and not just your yard? It's the bugs inside your house that you want gone. And inside your home is where your current company doesn't go anymore. So if your pest control company is doing less and charging more, you need Breda Pest Management to protect the outside and inside of your home. Breda, they handle bugs and critters.
Breda, no need to be afraid of bugs.
News, weather,
traffic. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's news and talk.
Hello, good morning. It is 10 o'clock. I'm Sabrina Cupid. This news sponsored by TE Certified Electrical, Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. We start this 10 o'clock hour with a story that could impact a lot of folks, especially if you drive down 85 around Druid Hills. There's a new configuration there now.
The DOT calls it a braided ramp, taking drivers under the overpass to have direct access to the frontage road that runs by the recently opened Arthur Blank Children's Hospital.
They'll no longer have to go up to North Druid Hills Road to access a signal, so it's separating out some conflict points and going to make the interchange much more efficient.
The DOT's Cal Collins says westbound access to North Druid Hills Road is unchanged, but those ramping off to go eastbound now have 3 dedicated right turn-only lanes. All the changes designed to keep traffic moving through the busy corridor. Graham Carroll, 95.5 WSB.
Thank you, Graham. We have scattered showers and storms possible later on today with a high around 90, says WSB meteorologist Christina Edwards. She'll have Atlanta's most accurate and dependable forecast straight ahead. It's been closed since March 24th, but now the pedestrian bridge that connects Cumberland Mall to the Galleria across Cobb Parkway is open. Cobb DOT Director Drew Ressler.
It feels taller. It's much more open. Before there were fiberglass panels that closed in the bridge, so those have been removed for a metal fencing.
And the bridge elevator returns to service tomorrow just in time for the All-Star Week in Cobb County. While we're in Cobb County, the Budweiser Clydesdale horses will be there as part of the MLB All-Star festivities, the 8-horse team making an appearance in downtown Smyrna around 4 p.m. Federal investigators saying a Newnan-based financial institution was operating a Ponzi scheme.
The SEC complaint against Newnan-based First Liberty Building and Loan claims the company defrauded 300 investors of at least $140 million. Investigators say First Liberty's owner and founder, Edwin Brandt Frost IV, misappropriated funds using investor money for personal use, including $2.4 million in credit card payments and hundreds of thousands on family vacations. The company abruptly closed on June 27th, announcing it would cooperate with federal authorities. Jonathan O'Brien, 95.5 WSB.
The State Department is firing over 1,300 employees in line with the dramatic reorganization plan initiated by the Trump administration earlier this year. A senior State Department official saying this morning the department is sending layoff notices to 1,107 civilian servants and 246 foreign service officers with domestic assignments in the United States. President Trump will be heading to Kerrville, Texas today to assess the scope of the damage left behind by those deadly 4th of July flash floods. He is set to meet with first responders and survivors. Correspondent Jason Allen is in Texas with a preview of what's ahead.
The president and the first lady will be with him, expected to leave the White House this morning, come here to Kerrville, to Central Texas. We're expecting that at some point this afternoon he is going to talk with some of those first responders, some of those folks who were involved in those searches in the hours after the storm, as well as these days that have gone on looking for the victims, as well as talk to some of the local officials who have been behind this and been coordinating some of these search efforts.
And again, the president and first lady arriving there in Texas just before 11:30. Stocks are dropping this morning following news that President Trump announced a 35% tariff on Canada and threatened higher tariffs across the board. Let's take a look at the markets right now. The Dow down 271 at 44,379. So the Dow's down more than 0.5%. NASDAQ and S&P also in the red. Time now for live team coverage of traffic and weather. Smile and Mark McKay joining us now from the 24-hour traffic center.
Hey, good morning, Sabrina. Already have a crowd out of Stockbridge on I-75 southbound, crowding in behind a crash. We just pulled up on the jam cam. It's in the center lane of I-75 southbound before exit 224. That's Hudson Bridge, Eagles Landing Parkway. Those south side delays begin at I-675. Heading up to the airport from the south side, you're doing fine 75 and 85 northbound. Into the city from Hartsfield. Slow on the connector 75-85 northbound. Calling it sluggish approaching I-20 up to John Lewis Freedom Parkway. And filling in on the southbound side of 75-85, leaving Georgia Tech down to I-20. Smile and Mark McKay, 95.5 WSB.
I'm Channel 2 Action News Chief Meteorologist Brad, and it's partly cloudy, scattered showers and storms, especially this afternoon. Rain chance for any one spot, 40%, high 90. We'll have a few afternoon storms this weekend. Saturday 91, Sunday 93.
It is 79 degrees right now in Alpharetta and Powder Springs. College Park, you have 80 degrees. We'll have more news at 10:30, breaking news when it happens. I'm Sabrina Cupid, 95.5 WSB.
Shelley Winter in for Mark Aram, ladies and gentlemen. I have 2 pair of tickets to give away right now to see Chris DiStefano at the Tabernacle October. DiStefano. Thank you, Longoria. DiStefano. Chris DiStefano at the Tabernacle October 23rd. I've got 2 pair of tickets, so I'm going to give the first pair away to caller number 5 and the second pair away to caller number 10. 404-872-0750, 1-800-WSB-TALK. Those are the numbers to win one of 2 pair of tickets I'm giving away right now to Chris DiStefano at the Tabernacle on October 23rd. 404-872-0750, 1-800-WSB-TALK. Those are the phone numbers. First pair to caller number 5, second pair to caller number 10. Give us a call right now to win those tickets. So, rage bait. What is rage bait? Let me explain. Rage bait is what happens. You see it all the time on Twitter, mostly on Twitter and Instagram a lot, and Facebook, but mostly on Twitter. And it's where people post videos that they want you to be outraged. Right? It could be some illegal being, let's say you're against illegal deportations of illegal immigrants, right? So they'll show you somebody being rousted, right? And they won't give any context. It'll just be someone being rousted by ICE. Oh, my God, I can't believe this is happening. They won't tell you if the person's a convicted murderer or rapist or anything like that. Well, on the other side, rage bait is what's going on now, and I hate it. I absolutely hate it because it's coming from the right. So let me say this. The rage bait that's going on now is posting videos of some chick. There's one recent one that I saw of a woman who got food stamps, right? And because people sell food stamps, so if you live in an inner city area or any area, you could be in Appalachia, right? People sell their food stamps, particularly people who have addiction problems. They will get food stamps and they'll sell them. Right? So let's say someone gets $250 in food stamps. They'll sell it to somebody for half the price because they're addicted to drugs, alcohol, whatever it may be. And so there are people, right? There's a video going around of a young lady who's showing that because of her, what they call the plug, the hookup, she was able to get almost $500 worth of food stamps, and she went shopping. And a rage bait shows her, and everyone's like, oh, my God, I can't believe this is the fraud, waste, and abuse that we need to get rid of. I'm thinking to myself, are you serious right now? Really? You're mad at a woman, or you're mad at some woman that has 5 kids and 3 different baby daddies for getting food stamps, and that's your tax dollar? These are my tax dollars. And I'm thinking to myself, you're mad at her, but you're not mad at the fact that we just send billions and billions of dollars in arms to Ukraine? That the Iron Dome, every missile that we send to Israel is $200,000 plus? That every missile we send to some other foreign country is $300,000-$400,000 each? That we're just sending to other countries to blow other people up? That doesn't outrage you? That money wasted? That's not our money. That's not my problem. Defend yourself. Build your own rockets. But, Shelley, we can't let Putin get into Ukraine. It's Ukraine's problem, not mine. I'd rather see a mother, as irresponsible as she may be, I would rather see a human being be able to buy food for her children, whether she buys a bag of Cheetos or fruits and vegetables, than send another bomb to Ukraine. That's just me. Maybe that makes me a liberal. Maybe that makes me a whiny liberal. Maybe that makes me a Birkenstock wearing, tight shorts wearing, ponytail having liberal. I don't know. But to me, showing me a video of a mother buying Cheetos at Walmart on her food stamp with her food stamp benefits pales into comparison to me sending $200,000-$300,000 bombs to other countries. That's a waste of my tax dollar, in my estimation. Now, you could see it differently. Well, we don't need Russia to spread through Europe. Yeah, maybe not. But you know what? Those kids need to eat. And whether they get a bag of Cheetos or fruits and vegetables or bread or milk or what have you, it far outweighs the importance to me, in my humble opinion. Also want to talk about this. It's 2 stories at the same time. In California right now, and that's called rage bait. When you see those videos, they're intended to get you outraged. And I just don't understand why people would be outraged at a mother buying Cheetos with her food stamps, but not outraged at $200,000 bombs just being dropped on other people that we have nothing to do with. That's just me. But there's another story. In Southern California, worshipers are being told by the Bishop Alberto Rojas, his diocese is roughly 1 million parishioners. He's telling them to miss mass because of ICE raids in California. He's in San Bernardino, 1 million members. Now, there's a cynical part of me that says, well, you just want to keep your membership up. You don't want people to get deported. But then there's another part of me that says, you know what, as a pastor, that's what you do. You protect your parishioners, whether they're illegal, whatever the case may be. And you're a pastor. You care about people. That's what the word tells us to do. And whether you're breaking the law or not, I don't think it's important to a pastor. Now, what I'm about to say, I'm not making a comparison. ICE is not the Nazis. They're not the brown shirts. But it's akin to the way churches during World War II protected Jews and children and women. They were actually breaking the law. But they were doing what was right because they were protecting humans from other humans. And in this case, I think I'm on the side of the clergy. But there's another story. In Perris, California, the mayor of Perris, California, his name is Michael Vargas, he said on Facebook, he said a message to the city's Facebook page urging residents to stay home if possible because of immigration officers' operations in his city. This is what he wrote. The city of Perris, this is Perris, California, has received reports of ongoing ICE operations within the area. We urge all residents to remain calm, stay indoors when possible, and know your rights. Do not go out unless necessary, and do not open the door to strangers. The city is committed to protecting the dignity and well-being of all their residents. Now, this city in Paris, they have about 78% of their, here it is, U.S. Census Bureau estimates that as of 2024, 78% of Paris's estimated 83,000 residents identify as Hispanic or Latino. Doesn't mean that they're illegal. It just means that they identify as Hispanic or Latino. And this mayor, again, is protecting his residents. Now, you might say, Shelley, they're breaking the law. Well, is he? Or is he doing what he was elected to do? Protect his residents. Protect the people who voted for him. I think a lot of times we, in our zeal to talk about law and order and talk about sanctuary cities and to attack sanctuary cities, which, by the way, I do not agree with at all. But I think in our zeal to do this, we fail to recognize the leaders of those small communities, whether it's a mayor, a city council member, or whatever. They were elected to do exactly what they're doing, protect their residents. Now, you might scream and yell and say, well, if they're illegal citizens, they don't deserve protection. That might be true, theoretically. But realistically, if you live in a city, you want to be protected by the political structure of that city. You do. And if you're on the right, local politics is closer to home, and you don't want a heavy-handed federal government. Do you know every anti-government militia group that exists in Michigan and Idaho and South Dakota, all over the country? Do you know what their big issue is? They don't have problems with city council members across the country. They don't have problems with mayors across the country. They don't have problems with state senators across the country. Every anti-government militia group on the right for decades, you know what their big problem is? They have a problem with the federal government becoming too big and too powerful. And in Paris, California, the mayor of Paris, California, Michael Vargas, is saying, hey, residents of my great city, Paris, California, protect yourselves. Stay indoors when possible. Know your rights. Do not go out unless necessary, and do not open the door to strangers. He's doing what's right by his people. The pastor, the bishop of San Bernardino, doing right by his 1 million plus parishioners. Just putting it out there for thought. 404-872-0750, 1-800-WSB Talk. WSB Talk. Congratulations to Scott and Gwinnett and Trent in Decatur. They won tickets, pair of tickets each to see Chris DeStefano at the Tabernacle, October 23rd. Shelley Winter is in for Mark Arum until 12 noon. Let's go check traffic with smiling Mark McKay.
Thanks, Shelley. We've got a slow zone on I-75 working out of Stockbridge this morning. It's a crash involving a box truck and another vehicle there in the left center lane. Police not with it. I-75 southbound before Hudson Bridge Road, exit 224. That's why you're finding delays out of Morrow back toward Highway 138. The I-20 ride is slowing. Only right lanes, though, leaving Six Flags to I-285 through the work zone into DeKalb County, on and off the brakes, but no major hassles between the Mall of Stonecrest, Lithonia, and I-285 and I-20 West. This report sponsored by Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield. Learn more about their support of Common Threads and nutrition education at anthem.com/dream. Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield is the trade name of Blue Cross Blue Shield Healthcare Plan of Georgia, Inc. Smiler Mark McKay, 95.5 WSB.
The news of the day through the eyes of Eric Von Hessler.
It's the only way to do any kind of reform of the federal government.
If it's on your mind, it's on his.
I don't remember.
Eric Von Hessler. Today at 3.
Who are you speaking for?
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
Only inches separate you from the heavy rain trying to infiltrate your home. Dave Baker for Findlay Roofing, the roof guys. If your old roof is leaking, think of Findlay first. They're the extra effort experts, making sure you have a remarkable roof replacement experience. Water inside? Worried about recent heavy rains causing damage? You'll always win with Findlay. Schedule a free roof analysis. No obligation, no charge. FindlayRoofing.com.
Hi, I'm Brian, your friend and jeweler here at Shane Company. Come on in, feel at home, and let's find your dream engagement ring. I'm proud to work for a company that puts customers first and lets them shop the way they want to. See, we believe shopping for an engagement ring should be fun, without any of the pressure. We don't work on commission, so finding your dream ring is truly on your terms. We'll be right by your side as your friend and jeweler to help you find a ring more beautiful than you imagined and stick to your budget too. We have all of the styles and all of the smiles. You can even watch our in-house jewelers working their magic inside your neighborhood store. It's that kind of care and craftsmanship that makes Shane Company's free lifetime warranty the best in the business, saving you thousands over time and giving you peace of mind. No appointment necessary, or check us out at shaneco.com. Because a friend knows when you're ready, you're ready. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Oh, there it goes again. I think old Rusty's had her last ride.
Aw, I think you're right. It's time to let her go. But what if she could still do some good?
What do you mean?
Well, we can donate it to the Tommy Novus Center.
Really?
They take old cars, running or not, and use the proceeds to help people with disabilities find jobs.
So instead of Rusty just sitting in the driveway, she could help someone who needs a job?
Exactly. And donating is easy. They pick it up for free.
That's a great idea.
Donate your vehicle to Tommy Novus Center and help people with disabilities gain meaningful employment. Visit TommyNovusCenter.org to donate.
Heavy rain can significantly impact your septic system by saturating the soil and causing backups in your home. I'm Shannon, owner of Scorpion Septic. We can help. My licensed, insured, experienced team responds 24/7 with upfront pricing and high-quality work.
Take the sting out of septic service with Scorpion Septic, where there is never a pump-out charge with your repair. Details online.
ScorpionSepticServices.com. Hey guys, you looking for a simple solution to hair loss this summer? We'll get Advanced Hair's breakthrough one-day treatment during their once-yearly summer savings event. It's Mark Aaron back with you. Check this out. Your own natural hair begins to regrow the very next day, and Advanced Hair guarantees it will grow. Take advantage of your flexible summer calendar and get the most hair for your dollar during Advanced Hair's best offer ever. For details and free consultations, call 470-660-HAIR or online at advancedhair.com.
What you walk on in your home should be wonderful.
Hi, I'm Michael, proud founder of Authentic Hardwood Flooring. Your summer vacation is going to be awesome, but coming home to those floors won't be. While you're gone, let our highly trained installers transform your space. Just imagine coming home to beautiful new floors. Our promise is to make your flooring process painless. Our focus is to make it perfect.
Authentic Hardwood Flooring offers high-quality craftsmanship with an exceptional customer experience. AuthenticHardwoodFlooring.com.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-2798. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-2798. That's 800-575-2798. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Better prices, better views. Window comfort, meant just for you. Window Comfort.
Window Comfort's exclusive window line is built for Georgia's extreme heat and guaranteed to lower your energy bills. Right now, get buy two, get two free with no payments till 2026. Schedule your no-pressure estimate today at windowcomfort.com.
Better prices, better views. Window Comfort, meant just for you. Window Comfort.
Shelley Winter in for Mark Aram. Ladies and gentlemen, he'll be back on Monday. I normally air Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. on this great station, 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk. I'll be back tonight at 7 p.m. live in my regular time slot. Ladies and gentlemen, so this is a fascinating story. And this is where we're headed, okay? This is seriously where we're headed. But before I talk about that, Care-a-thon is coming up fast, July 24th and 25th. It's all to benefit the Aflac Cancer and Blood Disorder Center at Children's Healthcare of Atlanta. So the Children's Healthcare of Atlanta website is live for your donations, for your incentives. Now, what are those incentives? What does that mean? Incentives are the things that we do to encourage you to donate. Live Lounge with the Doctrinaires, and I think Mark Adams doing something big where you can donate $10,000 and he'll do his entire show live broadcast from your home, and you invite your best friends. They'll have food and breakfast and everything else. Eric Erickson has bourbon and cigars and a meet and greet at a brewery, all kinds of different things people have. Well, my incentive for Shelley Winter, the Shelley Winter Show, is to join me at the Falcons-Panthers game. We all sit together. We come, we tailgate from 11 to 1, and the game starts at 1, and we go into the stadium and watch a great football game. So it's a great afternoon of football, camaraderie, brotherhood, sisterhood. We get together, and the food for the tailgate is being provided by Ray's Southern Foods. Those are my guys down in Forest Park, the best Southern food you'll ever have. Best mac and cheese, best chicken. I mean, it's just the best. You're going to love it. And so that's what we're doing. So when you go to WSBRadio.com/Care-a-thon, click on that link, go to incentives. You can read other people's. You can read the other hosts and everybody's stuff that everyone has going on. It's really good stuff. But I need you to go do mine first. Donate to get tickets to see the Panthers and the Falcons, tailgate, game, everything, and hang out with Shelley Winter. It's $350 per pair. So go do that now. Let's sell mine out, and then you can go check everybody else's out afterwards. But let's sell mine out first, all right? So go to WSBRadio.com/Care-a-thon. And click on incentives and sign up for Shelley Winter. Let's all go to the football game. It's Carolina versus the Falcons, and it's $350. You got football tickets, you got food, and everything else. We're going to play games and have a great, great time. Falcons versus Carolina. So this is going on. This happened. It's real, and it's going to happen more and more and more. So there's a rock band, folk rock band, called the Velvet Sundown. They had 1.1 million monthly Spotify listeners and took the #1 spot on Spotify's app daily viral chart. But catch this, ladies and gentlemen. It was an AI band. Completely. The Velvet Sundown released their debut album, Floating on Echoes, on June 5th, quickly followed by a second weeks later. But it's an AI band. The artwork was AI. The people was AI. The band was AI. The music was AI. And Deborah Green is on. She's the big rock expert. Deborah, what do you see a problem going down the line? Do you see more and more people doing this? Because this was kind of a hoax, right?
Yeah, you mean like more bands being AI bands, or
yes, more
using it?
Like
so,
people sitting up in their room somewhere. Because when I see this story, I think to myself, okay, let me try and do a hip hop one. Or, you know what I mean? Like, I see people doing this.
So with AI, the thing I think people forget about AI is it does need something to learn from. So it is listening to your records, your hip hop, your country, whatever, and it takes basically a collection of all of that and kind of gives it the most general sound. So when you listen to this Velvet Sundown, it sounds super familiar, which is why people like it, because you probably like all the pieces of that from other artists. But the problem is because it's learning from something, it's basically stealing from all those artists too. So this is an indie band, so I'll just say Mumford & Sons. That means Mumford & Sons is not getting their attention, and they're not getting the recognition or the money that they did when they originally put that together. So that's the issue that I have with these AI bands. Can it be used maybe in commercials, or, so you don't have to license out songs? I guess so, but I think it hurts the music industry in general. For all those kids that are playing guitar and writing songs, and the Taylor Swifts and the James Taylors out there that are actually performing, it takes away from them.
Absolutely. I totally agree with you. And I have a problem with it because I want to be you can't tell the difference. Like, this band picked up 1.1 million monthly Spotify listeners. Those people thought they were listening to human beings play music. Oh, I thought you were going to say something, Deb. Shelley Winter in for my little brother Mark Aram. He'll be back on Monday. I normally air Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. I'll be back tonight at 7 p.m. When we come back, I want to talk. We'll be joined by Bill Crane, actually, talking some politics. 448-720-0750, 1-800-WSB Talk. Taking your calls also next.
You know, I couldn't stop talking about it to my family and friends. My knees are my trouble spot. But for me to tell them now that I'm doing so much better, they were amazed, and I've been amazed.
QC Kinetics Cellular Therapies. Yes, it is amazing how these non-surgical treatments deliver joint pain relief for patients like Dr. Eric Williams, a successful chiropractor.
Each week, I just started noticing that I could sleep and not have pain. I could play pickleball. I could do a CrossFit exercise routine.
QC Kinetics revitalizes your joints so you can move again without the pain pills or invasive surgery.
You know, I'm 60 years old and I want to stay competitive as long as I can. And QC has allowed me to do that. They did me right and really made a difference in my life.
Book your free consultation with QC Kinetics today and experience the difference for yourself.
I like to go, move, move, move.
QC Kinetics.
Call QC Kinetics, 770-285-8026. That's 770-285-8026. 770-285-8026.
Hey folks, it's Scott Slade. You've heard me talk for years about how Myland is saving homeowners hundreds, even thousands of dollars every month. Well, here's something that comes up often. Does it make sense to refinance your mortgage and pay off high-interest credit card debt? Well, even if you have a low interest rate on your mortgage, that isn't helping you if you're carrying credit card debt month to month. Myland sees this every day where people call in and wish they had done something sooner. Holding on and making minimum payments on your credit cards is only making the situation worse. There isn't one solution for everyone, which is why I trust and believe in my friends at Myland. They'll shoot straight and give you an honest assessment for you and your family at no cost. Do yourself a favor. Give Myland a call. Find out how much you could be saving. 770-817-2000. Call 770-817-2000. Online, it's myland.com. Spelled it M-I-L-E-N-D. NMLS and Georgia Residential Mortgage Licensee 148769, located at 8995 Westside Parkway, Alpharetta, Georgia 30009. Myland is an equal housing lender.
Oh, popsicle drips, muddy shoes, and summertime messes, don't let them take over your home. Call Zerorez Carpet and Air Duct Cleaning. Zerorez uses their ZR water technology, no dirt-attracting soaps, no harsh chemicals, just a truly clean, healthy home. Right now, take advantage of their summer sale. Get 15% off all services, that is carpets, air ducts, rugs, tile, and more, all 15% off. Just mention Chris Chandler or book now at ZeroResAtlanta.com, and yeah, they do commercial cleaning too. Zerorez, all they leave is clean.
Hey everyone, it's your buddy Shelly Winter here. Join me this Saturday at noon for the Car Guys with Kevin Deutsch from Butler Lexus of South Atlanta. Buy or lease, fix or sell, everything you want to know about cars, we will cover Saturday, noon to 1, right here on 95.5 WSB.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
It is 10:30. Good morning. I'm Sabrina Cupid. This news sponsored by your Metro Atlanta AMCO dealers. A concerning number of children have pre-diabetes. According to the Atlanta-based CDC, an estimated 1 in 3 teens and preteens ages 12 to 17 have pre-diabetes. That translates into an estimated 8.4 million young people. It's a condition characterized by higher than normal blood sugar levels that increases a person's risk of developing type 2 diabetes. The nation's top health agency calling this a critical warning sign for the health of America's youth. Health experts emphasize that prediabetes can be prevented with diet and changes in activity. All right, your weather for today. Scattered showers and storms possible, headed for a high of 90, says WSB meteorologist Brad Nitz. He'll have Atlanta's most accurate and dependable forecast coming up. Things are a little different around the North Druid Hills exit off of I-85 North. A new braided ramp takes drivers under the overpass to have direct access to the frontage road that runs by the new Arthur Blank Children's Hospital.
They'll no longer have to go up to North Druid Hills Road to access a signal, so it's separating out some conflict points and going to make the interchange much more efficient.
That is the DOT's Kyle Collins. He says that drivers heading west on North Druid Hills towards Buckhead will still use the same method as before. However, those ramping off to go eastbound on Druid Hills will now have 3 dedicated right turn only lanes. All these changes are designed to keep traffic moving through this busy corridor. The FBI here in Atlanta is going after video game pirates.
They use domains like PS4 Package or Game to You. The agency says it's
dismantled several websites responsible for releasing pirated copies of popular video games days or even weeks before their official release date. The feds say it's big business for these criminals. During a 3-month period earlier this year, users downloaded 3.2 million games, resulting in $170 million in losses. The FBI's Atlanta field office says Dutch investigators helped with the takedown. Jennifer Perry, 95.5 WSB.
Well, some UPS workers have changed locations. 500 employees have been relocated from the UPS office building at 35 Glen Lake Parkway in Sandy Springs to their headquarters at 55 Glen Lake Parkway. Others are relocating to their office space in Alpharetta. The company announcing last week that it's offering buyouts to drivers for the first time ever amid global trade tensions and rising competition from online companies like Amazon. A week after flash flooding killed 120 people in central Texas, the magnitude of the disaster is still coming into focus. Jim Ryan reporting this morning this tragedy has hit one family especially hard.
We're all looking for redemption. That's country singer Pat Green, whose brother was on vacation in central Texas with his family when the flood came. Tragically, John and Julia Burgess were swept away along with their 5- and 1-year-old sons. The couple's 8-year-old daughter Jenna was away at a nearby camp and is fine physically, but her entire family is gone.
And President Trump, along with the First Lady, on their way to Texas right now to get a first-hand look at the damage left behind from the floods. They are expected to arrive there just before 11:30. Canada's Prime Minister Mark Carney has issued a statement saying his government will continue to defend Canada's workers and its businesses in the ongoing trade negotiations with the United States. President Trump announcing a 35% tariff on imports from Canada. He says it'll take effect August 1st. And the markets don't like the news. We're down. The Dow's down 223 at 44,426. So the Dow is down 0.5%. NASDAQ, S&P also in the red. Time now for live team coverage of traffic and weather. Here's Smile at Mark McKay.
Slow zone through Stockbridge on 75 and 675 will start to break up, Sabrina, now that a crash involving a box truck has been pulled to the right shoulder. It's on the right shoulder. Police with it, I-75 southbound before Hudson Bridge Road, exit 224. The downtown Atlanta ride, sluggish northbound connector, University Avenue, exit 244 up to Midtown. 285's in good shape overall. The west side perimeter just picked up a slow zone on the inner loop, 285 north at Langford Parkway. That's exit 5, and the delays are starting to improve out of the western suburbs, although still slow in the right lanes of I-20 eastbound, leaving Six Flags past Fulton Industrial Boulevard. Smile Mark McKay, 95.5 WSB.
I'm Channel 2 Action News Chief Meteorologist Brad Nitz. Hot and muggy with scattered showers and storms this afternoon. We'll hit 90 degrees. Diminishes pretty quickly as we head towards sunset this evening. For Saturday, 91 with scattered afternoon storms. Tomorrow's rain chance, 40%.
It is 79 degrees in Brookhaven, 80 degrees here in Midtown. We'll have more news at 11 o'clock. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Sabrina Cupid, 95.5 WSB.
What would you do with $1,000 this summer?
Hotel, pool, week at the beach, cabin in the woods.
Whatever you want to do this summer.
WSB has $1,000 to make it happen.
Thank you. $1,000 Thursdays gives you the chance to win $1,000 every hour between 9 a.m. and 4 p.m.
I am so excited. Listen for the keyword at 9, 10, and 11 a.m. and 12, 1, 2, and 3 p.m.
Enter the keyword at WSBradio.com or on the WSB app. Within that hour,
You could win $1,000.
No way. Is this a joke?
Get all the info at WSBRadio.com.
$1,000 Thursdays.
Next Thursday from 95.5 WSB, where Atlanta wins.
Coming up in 2 minutes on the Mark Aram Show with Shelley Winter filling in, Bill Crane joins us to talk some politics. That's 2 minutes on the Mark Aram Show.
Hey, it's Scott Slade, and you and I go back a ways, don't we? I started on the radio in Atlanta in the summer of 1984. 41 years working with wonderful people and having a mission to serve our great listeners. You know who else has been serving their customers for most of those years? Ragsdale Heating and Air. Coming up on 30 years of taking care of their customers like me, doing the job right with competence and compassion. These are just great people at Ragsdale, with many employees with the company 10, 20, even 30 years. And when you get that kind of continued dedication to real service from employees who really care, it pays off. Witness over 10,000 five-star reviews from their many years in business. So whether you need an emergency visit to fix your air conditioning in the summer heat or you're ready for a brand new system, I hope you'll contact Ragsdale. I know they're the name you can trust for plumbing, electrical, and insulation service, too. It's easy to schedule your visit online at ragsdaleair.com or give one of their many friendly customer service reps a call. Going on 3 decades now, Ragsdale is the name I know you can trust.
Cancer upends your life. We're doing all we can to change that. At Winship Cancer Institute of Emory University, we're reimagining the care experience to ease the burden of cancer with experts in your cancer and the research, trials, and treatments you can only get here. All so you can focus on what matters most, the best chance of living a full life. Winship Cancer Institute of Emory University. Cancer care designed around you and your life. EmoryHealthcare.org/Winship.
Summer is here, so if you're thinking about selling your home, now is the time. With Mark Spain Real Estate's guaranteed offer, you can sell your home quickly and for maximum value. Hi, it's Chris Chandler. You can skip all the hassles of a traditional home sale and sell your home quickly without the stress of showings, open houses, or costly repairs. Mark Spain Real Estate's guaranteed all-cash offer allows you to sell your home in as little as 21 days and move when you're ready. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today and start packing.
I did it my way. Yes, there were times.
When you hear that on Fridays, you know it's time for Bill Crane, political WSB 95.5 WSB Atlanta's News and Talk political analyst Bill Crane. Hey, Bill.
Good morning, Shelley. An apology for last night. I got home from dropping off my daughter a little before 8 o'clock, and I sat down to call you at 8:30 and fell asleep in the chair.
That's okay, my friend. I completely understand, my friend. Bill Crane is talking about he joins me every Thursday on my show, and just clear didn't show up last night. But it's okay. I'm just teasing, Bill. It's okay. So
I no-showed. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. It's okay. And by the way, the Frank Sinatra for Bill Crane on Mark Arum show. You've got to check Bill Crane out on my show on Thursdays, if nothing else, to hear his intro music on my show. So let's talk about Trump's tariffs. Let's talk about Trump's tariffs. What's going on there? What are we looking at?
He continues to make these a moving target. If you're a country that takes an action he doesn't like, he just throws a high tariff on you, and it's impractical, particularly for business owners and the people doing most of the importing, to be able to plan around. Here in Georgia, two of our largest foreign trade partners are Korea and Japan. We have the most foreign direct investments from those countries, other than Canada and the United Kingdom.
And is that from the automotive industries?
Primarily in the automotive, but
okay.
There's the YKK zipper plant that's been in Macon for decades. There's other industries besides automotive, but clearly the Kia plant on the west side of Georgia in LaGrange, and the Hyundai plant that's being finished on the east side of Georgia, which is owned by Honda and Hyundai. Those are massive, multi-billion-dollar investments. They employ at the Kia plant directly somewhere around 7,000. There's indirect employment of the suppliers in the area around it of close to 15,000. And that's what the president supposedly wants these countries to do, is to invest here in the United States, employ Americans, and build our manufacturing capacity. So there's mixed messages telling people you want them to do something. In those two cases they've already done. The Port of Brunswick, which is also in Georgia, is the largest off-port for automotive manufacturers around the world on the eastern seaboard, and they will see a reduction in shipment and tonnage, because if you're adding 25% to the wholesale cost of an automobile, that upstream affects the dealer, it upstream affects potential buyers, and of course at the same time, I've got a hybrid in the EV space, those tax credits are going away. So it could cause some pretty significant damage to sales, which are both factor into employment and also revenues. The state of Georgia gets revenue when they come into the port. The state of Georgia gets revenue when they're sold to the dealership.
Right.
So I would like and recommend some consistency, because we've got tariffs going into effect on August the 1st. There's potentially a 50% tariff going in on a couple of countries, and it does bring in automatically direct revenue, and we can't even really budget for that in the big budget bill, because we don't know
what's going to happen. So do you
Right.
think it's worth it for our Georgia legislators, particularly on a Republican side, to say something, or for Governor Kemp to say
If I were
something?
Burt Jones, if he wants to do away with the income tax, Lieutenant Governor, who ended the race last week for governor, wants to eliminate Georgia's just over 5% state income tax, which is about 27% of the income of the state of Georgia. You got to replace that. And if other incomes like sales tax, which is the second largest source, are decreasing because of the tariff situation, you can't at the same time then reduce income taxes. So I do think they should, not publicly, but
Right.
at least privately, they have relationships, be expressing information to the White House. We have to have planning consistent. We have to balance budgets. You don't.
Right.
But to balance budgets, we have to be able to plan revenue as well as expenditure. This isn't helpful. And I'm not saying none of these tariffs have been helpful. Several of them have, and I do think they should be policy instruments. But when you're using them dozens of countries simultaneously, it's very difficult for business to plan or manufacture or even know what supply chain costs are going to be.
Absolutely. Well said. You mentioned Burt Jones. I had him on first, I'm proud to say, on Tuesday when he announced Tuesday night.
I listened.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Bill. Your thoughts on him coming out with such a sizable fundraising advantage? I'm seeing from my friends on the left that they are nervous because they kind of feel like they don't have a candidate out there that can come close to that kind of money, and they're going to divide up what little monies the Democrat side can raise. Your thoughts?
They're going to be spending it in the primary before they get a nominee. The Democrats have a major disadvantage here, and so to an extent does Chris Carr. Burt Jones comes with a war chest, both his leadership PAC money that he carries forward and his own personal wealth. He's loaning his own campaign, I think, $2 of the $10 million that he's got. That's a sizable war chest, but I will mention in the last couple of governor's races, Casey Cagle outspent Brian Kemp. Stacey Abrams outspent Brian Kemp. On the presidential level, Kamala Harris spent almost 3 times what the Trump campaign spent, and their super PACs aligned almost 4 times what the Trump campaigns and aligned super PACs spent. So money is helpful, and you definitely want it, and you need it for a state as large as Georgia, but you don't have to have the most money to win.
I agree with that, but here's my difference. I totally agree with that, right? And I think you said it best. Like, money is necessary, but it doesn't mean you can win, because really what it boils down to is how you spend that money. Here's the difference.
What your message is, how you get it out, how you actuate your voters, how you register vote. Yeah,
absolutely. But here's, I think, the difference in the 2 cases with Kemp against Stacey and Trump against Kamala. Those were already, you're past the primary. Those are general election, right?
Right, but Casey Cagle outspent Brian Kemp in the primary.
Right, but Casey Cagle already had problems. He was already
he imploded.
He totally imploded. And he did not go, like, for instance, I was on the radio at that time, and I had Brian Kemp in studio with me at another station that I was on at the time. Casey Cagle, we couldn't get on. Brian Kemp came in by himself, cowboy boots, shirt collar open, and sat there. Right, it just came, and so if you run a great campaign and you have money, and I think Burt is seasoned enough to run that kind of great grassroots campaign with money, I think he becomes unbeatable. But you're right. You're right. Generally speaking, money doesn't mean you're going to win, but it is.
It sure helps.
It sure helps.
And I've had a choice between not having it and having it. I'm taking
absolutely. I want to ask you about, I know this is more local, but I want to ask you the impact of the old Wheat Street homeless encampment. They're taking it down. Residents are being offered subsidized, safe, and clean housing for a full year. How does that play with these upcoming elections in the city of Atlanta?
We have not just the World Cup coming, but we have an obligation to do what we can for those who have the least. The Partners for Home and other social services umbrella agencies that are working on this, and particularly have been trying to put better protocols in place since the earlier clearance of the Old Wheat campus, which ended up in a fatality from a member of the homeless community who was not visible, and there was police going to every tent before they did the closure, but they brought in the heavy equipment, but it resulted in the death. It's not an easy problem to solve. There's affordability issues, income issues, people that have not been housed or have no credit history getting housing. So it's multi-layered. But Andre Dickens, who is seeking re-election as mayor, made one of his major platforms, and he'll be reelected, 20,000 new units of affordable housing citywide at the end of his second term. And he is, in terms of buildings under construction, projects that have been announced, about 25 to 30% there. And I think he'll get better than 50%. It's a very ambitious goal. But it's not a one-stop shop, and I've done some work in that space, and there are a percentage of the homeless population who don't want to be housed in a traditional sense, don't want structure, don't want to be in a shelter, don't want to be in co-housing, don't want to abide by, if you will, the kind of the normal rules of society. And that mental health issue and the addiction issue isn't going away. So
Right.
Atlanta, like every other major city in the country, is going to continue to have that problem. But I do think in many ways we're ahead of it.
Absolutely, and I will give kudos to those on the city council and the mayor as how they have worked this situation with all the issues surrounding it. They have done a very good job in working on it. One of the things I'm hearing from the advocacy community in the city of Atlanta around this issue is that they don't think that they think it's only being the messaging.
They think it's only being done for the World Cup.
Right, and that's problematic for many in the community, where you let these encampments, if you will, stand for years and years and years, and you cut budgets. You increase police budgets. This is from the activist community.
I understand.
Now, right? And
I know Elizabeth Amalami and some
right,
folks
right,
there.
and they're very upset because they can't get homeless shelters. They shut them down. You shut down Pine Street, sold that building to a developer to put up condos and things like that. And then now that the World Cup's coming, you're like, oh, we got to move these people now. Something similar happened in California. Your thoughts on that?
Again, there's no easy solution. So whether you move homeless people out of the city, which we saw to some extent happen for pre-Olympics, moved into suburban communities and Section 8 housing, and we know the federal government is going to be cutting the Section 8 budget, as well as a number of federal grants that pass through the Partners for Homes. Largest source of funding is a series of federal grants that come from HUD and other federal agencies. That money is going to go away. So there are public health issues with the homeless encampments. There are drug addiction and risk issues for people who try to be providers to assist, to bring food, to bring medicine into those communities. They're not safe. You may see a homeless encampment, and I've been around several, that looks like a kind of community of people camping out, but it's not that at night. Women are raped.
Right.
Kids are trafficked.
Right.
It's not safe. So you've got public safety, public health, and where do we put these people? I don't have an easy answer, but I do know, as an example, they're taking down the campus of Atlanta Hospital, Georgia Baptist Hospital, but they're not taking down the nursing dormitory.
Right.
I believe that has 260 beds in it. I think there's going to be some alternative solutions in the short term and midterm to help get people off the street. Again, you can't make them. You can't say you're going here tomorrow.
Right.
That's what happened with the gentleman who was killed. Everyone else had been moved out of that encampment, including his girlfriend, but he didn't want to leave.
Right.
And there are issues of mental illness and addiction that are going to be long-term and are not in the housing space, but completely impact the situation.
Absolutely. Bill Crane, I love you. We're praying for you. Get better very soon, my friend, and have a wonderful weekend. God bless you, my friend.
Take care, brother.
Yes, sir. We'll be right back. Let's go check traffic with Smiling Mark McKay.
All right, Shelley, stacked up out of Duluth and Norcross. Crash that was on a travel lane. Live on the jam cam is now working on the right shoulder. Police behind it. Those flashing lights holding you up. This is 85 southbound. Delays at Highway 316. Take it down that crash at Beaver Ruin Road, exit 102. Same story in Stockbridge. Had a box truck crash that was smack dab in the center lane of I-75 southbound before Hudson Bridge Road, exit 224. That's working on the shoulder. Still slow. 675 and I-75 leaving Highway 138. Smiling Mark McKay, 95.5 WSB.
Monday on Atlanta's Morning News, starting a couple days of big events and big traffic in Metro Atlanta. We'll have in-depth team coverage, including triple team traffic, plus our exclusive 5-day forecast. We'll get you ready for the week ahead. I'm Chris Chandler. We start at 5 on WSB.
If you've ever organized your closet only to have it look like a bomb went off in there 1 month later, then it's time to call Artisan Custom Closets. Reach-in closets, walk-in closets, pantry spaces, garages. With a custom spacious closet from Artisan, you'll never have to deal with all that clutter again. All your stuff neatly organized and designed to stay that way. Call the Closet Bomb Squad, Artisan Custom Closets. They'll diffuse your clutter and make it safe to enter your closet again. ArtisanCustomClosets.com.
I'm here with Chris Hoffman, the founder of Hoffman Financial Group and host of Money Unleashed. Chris, every week on the show, we offer folks something we call the Portfolio X-Ray. I was hoping you could walk us through that process and tell us why the information it uncovers is so powerful.
Yeah, so the reason we love doing the Portfolio X-Ray for you is we do that behind the scenes. Everybody's extremely busy. Nobody wants to waste time in traffic. If you call in, we will ask you for some information via the phone. Once you've given us that information, we go to work and we put all the hours in developing the report. And I commit this to you. The Portfolio X-Ray is eye-opening. at least 90+% of the time, we can find 2 or 3 golden nuggets in there that you were not aware of that we can either change in your current portfolio mix for you. It's called a 401k optimizer. Or if we manage the assets for you, we certainly can recommend how to diversify away from some of the troubling points that are exposed during the portfolio x-ray. Once we've got that, then we'll have you in for your initial consultation. We will present the portfolio x-ray to you and walk you through the high points of it. And that's a document that you get to take with you. It's like getting a financial physical. So how many of you avoided going to the doctor for the annual physical last year? You do the same thing with your financial life. You ignore it. You keep pumping money into your 401k. You hope that it's going well. And I can tell you that hope is not a good investment or financial planning strategy. You need to know. So if you want to know, call us.
The Portfolio X-ray is complimentary. Give Hoffman Financial Group a call to schedule yours today. 404-737-3858, 404-737-3858, or online at unleashyourmoney.com. Investment advisory services offered through Brookstone Wealth Advisors, a registered investment advisor. Insurance and annuities offered through Hoffman Financial Group Incorporated, Georgia Insurance License number 163546.
Oh, popsicle drips, muddy shoes, and summertime messes, don't let them take over your home. Call Zerorez Carpet and Air Duct Cleaning. Zerorez uses their ZR water technology, no dirt-attracting soaps, no harsh chemicals, just a truly clean, healthy home. Right now, take advantage of their summer sale. Get 15% off all services, that is carpets, air ducts, rugs, tile, and more, all 15% off. Just mention Chris Chandler or book now at ZerorezAtlanta.com, and yeah, they do commercial cleaning too. Zerorez, all they leave is clean.
Find summer's sweetest sales at Whole Foods Market. Save 50% on ice cream and frozen desserts with Prime through July 15th. Get your perfect scoop of decadent chocolate swirl, fruity flavors, and more. While supplies last, shop in-store or online. Terms apply.
When it comes to your home, quality is crucial. Trust the Plus. Painting Plus. The Plus means siding, gutters, windows, decks, porches, roofing, and of course, painting.
Hi, I'm Charlie, owner of Painting Plus and the Plus family of businesses. Quality comes first. We have the most experienced exterior craftsmen in the industry.
If your home's exterior has it, the Plus can improve it. Painting Plus. Siding, gutters, windows, decks, porches, roofing, and more. Trust the Plus. PaintingPlus.com.
Skeeters biting you? Better call Breda Pest Management. They handle bugs and critters. And Breda is proud to sponsor Scott Slade, Georgia, every Thursday on Atlanta's Morning News.
Breda, no need to be afraid of bugs.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
A few years ago, my youngest son had something minor turned into something very major in a matter of hours.
It was Medi-Share that came through for us, and there was no hassles, there was no problem.
That's what's so wonderful about knowing that you're a part of such an incredible ministry.
Medi-Share is a biblical approach to healthcare where Christians share each other's medical expenses.
Medi-Share is a family, a group of people that stick with you through the hardest times of your life.
Medi-Share isn't insurance. It's a nonprofit ministry over 30 years old, and members have shared over $8 billion of each other's medical bills.
We don't have to spend so much on health insurance. You can focus that on supporting other people.
Medi-Share is affordable.
Medi-Share is biblical.
Medi-Share is family. Join thousands of Christians who can help you save on your health care and support your family when you need it. Call 855-51-BIBLE, 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE.
Shelley Winter in for Mark Aram. I'm here till noon, ladies and gentlemen. Then I'm back on my original time slot at 7 p.m. tonight. I air Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. every single day, every single weeknight on this great station, 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk. Ladies and gentlemen, I've got two more pair to give away. Comedian Chris DiStefano, he is going to be at the Tabernacle on October 23rd. At the Tabernacle, Chris DiStefano, he's a comedian, great comedian. Longoria follows him, so I know he's a great comedian because Longoria doesn't waste too much time because he doesn't have time to waste. So if he follows people, that means they're good. So you want to see this show. Chris DiStefano at the Tabernacle, October 23rd. I've got two pair of tickets to give away. Let's do caller number 6 and caller number 7 404-872-0750, 1-800-WSB-TALK. Again, 404-872-0750, 1-800-WSB-TALK. Chris DiStefano at the Tabernacle, October 23rd. He's a comedian. He's very funny. And we're going to give 2 pair tickets away, one to caller number 6 and the other to caller number 7. There's a great story. I'll briefly touch on it. 1 in 10 people in their 30s are drinking or high at work. Here's the story. 1 in 10 of the younger millennials use alcohol or drugs while working. You'll see this most in food prep, service industry, or construction. Analysis found that substance use at work is strongly linked to substance misuse outside of work and more common lower wage earners. For example, people who use marijuana on a job were more likely to report using it every day and were more than twice as likely to be heavy drinkers. Many employers dropped substance use policies when they were scrambling to fill positions during COVID or after COVID and never reinstated them. Here's the thing. I'll tell you a very funny story. I don't know about you, right? But I've had DoorDash deliveries to me, and the car pulls up, and you smell the car coming down the street, right? I've gone to stop by fast food. I'm not going to name them because I don't want to sully their reputations. But all of us, this has happened to all of us, whether you're in Metro Atlanta or outside the metro area or in another city. You've pulled up through a drive-through, and as you're sitting there at the drive-through, you look over and you see a couple employees on break smoking a blunt. We'll be right back. Shelley Winter in for Mark Arum.
WSB Atlanta, WSB BFM, and HD1 Doraville. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
Summer's a time to feel and look your best, but I'm not talking about your abs or your tan. Hey guys, it's Mark Arum here. I'm talking about your hair. Restore that bald spot, reverse your receding hairline, or add volume to thinning during Advanced Hair's once-yearly summer savings event. Advanced Hair's simple one-day treatment begins to regrow your own natural hair the very next day, and they guarantee your new hair will grow. There's absolutely no one in hair restoration I trust more than Advanced Hair. Take advantage of your flexible summer calendar and get the most hair for your dollar. Advanced Hair's summer sales event on for a limited time, so get the details and schedule your free consultation today. 470-660-HAIR. One-day treatment, life-changing results. With Advanced Hair, your new hair is guaranteed to grow. Check out the incredible before and afters and take advantage of their best offer ever. That's 470-660-HAIR or advancedhair.com. 470-660-HAIR or advancedhair.com.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now.
800-575-2798.
Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call
800-575-2798. That's 800-575-2798.
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
News, weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
It's 11 o'clock. Good morning. I'm Sabrina Cupid. This news sponsored by the Next Generation Xfinity 10G network. This is new this hour. President Trump and the First Lady are now on their way to Texas following those deadly floods there. As they left the White House this morning, President Trump stopped to speak to reporters. He was asked whether he has talked with Brazil's president about the planned 50% U.S. tariffs on imports from Brazil effective August 1st.
I'll talk to him. Right now, I'm not. They're treating President Bolsonaro very unfairly. He's a good man. You know, I know him well. I negotiated with him. He was a very tough negotiator, and I can tell you he was a very honest man.
Now, the president also announcing a 35% tariff on Canada. The markets have been down this morning on the news of tariffs. All right, your weather for today. Scattered showers and storms are possible later on with a high around 90, says Channel 2 Action News meteorologist Brad Nitz. He'll have Atlanta's most accurate and dependable forecast coming up in just about 2 minutes. Atlanta police helped break up a major auto theft ring operating out of Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport. Along with 3 arrests, officers also found guns, break-in tools, and several stolen vehicles. Lieutenant Rodney Jones says this was not a small-time operation.
They were responsible for over 50 vehicles that we have proven thus far.
And he says they're still looking for a dozen other ring members. In Douglas County, the commission there has voted no when it comes to a new rental neighborhood on Dorset Shoals Road, just outside Douglasville. Nearby residents did not want a new development, saying that the project was inappropriate for the area and would bring down property values. The Securities and Exchange Commission now says that a Newnan-based financial institution was a Ponzi scheme.
The SEC has filed charges against Newnan-based First Liberty Building and Loan, alleging that it defrauded 300 investors of at least $140 million. The SEC complaint alleges that First Liberty's owner and founder, Edwin Brandt Frost IV, used investor funds for personal use, including for credit card payments and family vacations. The company abruptly closed its doors on June 27th, announcing it would end operations and cooperate with federal authorities. Jonathan O'Brien, 95.5 WSB.
All right, the CDC here in Atlanta reporting there is a growing number of kids diagnosed with prediabetes, nearly 1 in 3 children ages 12 to 17. That's higher than the previous estimate of about 1 in 5 kids. Children who are prediabetic are at a greater risk of developing type 2 diabetes, as well as heart disease, stroke, and other problems. Doctors saying this needs to be a wake-up call. The Budweiser Clydesdale Horses will be in Cobb County today as part of MLB All-Star festivities.
The 8-horse team will make special beer deliveries to local bars in downtown Smyrna. That could cause some traffic delays for drivers in the area around Market Village. If you're not able to make it today, you can still see the iconic Budweiser Clydesdale Saturday through Tuesday as part of the All-Star Village located at the Cobb Galleria Center. The Clydesdales will be stabled outside the convention center for fan meet and greets. Cheryl Castro, 95.5 WSB.
I told you the market's been in the red all day, and they are still there. The Dow down 262 this morning at 44,388, so down more than 0.5%. S&P is also down 21, and NASDAQ also in negative territory. It's time now for live team coverage of traffic and weather. We say good Friday morning to Alex Williams. He has a look at your roads.
Hey, Sabrina, good Friday morning to you as well. Right now, we have some better news in Norcross. Georgia State Patrol just assisted another crash, this one to the left shoulder, 85 southbound Beaver Ruin Road, exit number 102. That's why you're seeing some brake lights as you make your way southbound out of Duluth from Highway 316. Hopefully that will start to get better, as that is once again off to the right. If you're heading northbound, there is right lane construction, 85 northbound at Pleasant Hill Road, exit 104. So a tap of the brakes there as you head up toward Highway 316. And if you're on the West Freeway, I-20 eastbound, just some moderate volume left over from the morning. 20 eastbound on and off the brakes from Thornton Road over to 285, the west side perimeter. Alex Williams, 95.5 WSB.
I'm Channel 2 Action News Chief Meteorologist Brad, and it's partly cloudy, scattered showers and storms, especially this afternoon. Rain chance for only one spot, 40%, high 90. We'll have a few afternoon storms this weekend. Saturday, 91, Sunday, 93.
83 degrees right now in Johns Creek. It's 81 in Smyrna, 80 in Doraville. We'll have more news at 11:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Sabrina Cupid, 95.5 WSB.
Shelley Winter in for Mark Aram. Congratulations to Tracy in Sugar Hill and Kimberly in Commerce for winning the tickets to see Chris DiStefano at the Tabernacle October 23rd. We got one more pair of tickets we'll give away later on in the show. I'm Shelley Winter. I'm filling in for Mark. I'm here till noon. He'll be back Monday. I will be back tonight at 7. That's the normal time my show airs, Monday through Friday, 7 to 9 p.m. So Donald Trump this week has had what people are calling an African Leader Summit, right? He's had the leaders from various countries, Senegal, Liberia, Mauritania, Gabon, Guinea-Bissau, and other countries in the White House, at the White House. And the media has been telling you it's all about trying to get more African countries to accept our deported migrants. It's also about what Trump and the State Department and Secretary of State Marco Rubio is calling trade, not aid. In other words, you have resources. You're rich in mineral resources. You're rich in the things that the world needs. Can we trade with you rather than just handing out money? And that has always been, this is one of the reasons why I like Donald Trump, right? Because it's a more practical way of doing things. Historically, the American government has gone into these countries, handed out money. The money never got to the people due to corruption and all kinds of things. The money also, if you've ever read the book Confessions of a Corporate Hitman, you know the money is always the aid has always gone to the corporations in those countries to build infrastructure to benefit the corporations. So it's called aid coming from the United States government, but it goes to a corporation that has that's a multinational. And the aid never gets to the people, so the people stay impoverished. And it's purposefully done. Let's not get it twisted. That's why sometimes I hear people saying, whoa, Africa, why are they still behind the eight ball? Well, they're behind the eight ball because the West keeps them behind the eight ball. This is documented. It's not me just talking out the side of my mouth. It's documented what this country in the West does, France, England, and these countries do. And so what Donald Trump's doing, which is one of the reasons why I love the guy, he's saying, look, I don't want to just hand you money because I know the money's not going to get to the people and nothing will change. But let's trade. In addition to the trade that I want to do with you because you have mineral resources, in addition to that, also let's talk about these migrants that I keep finding that I need to do something with. Can you take them? That's part of the discussions also. Now, Trump being Trump, which I think is just a guy that has no filter, absolutely no filter. And if you're a fan of the great television detective Monk, like I am, I've watched every episode probably 15 times. Monk has he's got very ADHD, whatever it is. He's got very big phobias, and he's just a savant, right? But there's one term that he uses all the time. It's a gift and a curse. About his memory and about things that he notices, observational powers of observation. He says it's a gift and a curse. And so this is with Trump. Trump, it's a gift and a curse. The fact that he has no filter is a gift, but it's also a curse. So let me play for you something that he said the other day to the president of Liberia. Listen to this.
We want to work with the United States in peace and security within the region because we are committed to that. And we just want to thank you so much for this opportunity.
Well, thank you. It's such good English, such beautiful. Where did you learn to speak so beautifully? Where were you educated? Where?
Yes, sir.
In Liberia.
Yes, sir.
Well, that's very interesting. It's beautiful English.
Sure.
I have people at this table can't speak nearly as well.
So now you could jump up and down, get irate, and call him all kinds of names, and it's just unfiltered. Wow, you speak good English. Needless to say that Liberia is an English-speaking country because Liberia was a country formed to send, after the Civil War, informally enslaved Africans back to Africa. And they formed this country, Liberia, to send them to. Would have been an interesting country had everyone left, right? Would have had no jazz. Baseball would still be a slow game. Basketball wouldn't exist. There'd be no soul in this country. It'd be a bunch of dancerless people that couldn't dance or play sports. I'm sorry. That was racist. Very, very much so. But no, seriously. It'd be very interesting to see. I'd love to write a book, like an alternative history book, where after the Civil War and after Lincoln freed the slaves, that Booker T. Washington and all the African-American leaders at that time did not say, keep us here. They all said, hey, just build the ships, we'll go. And we'll go to Liberia to see how things would be different. But we don't know. But my point is that he has these African leaders in at this summit. And that was the president of Liberia. Liberia is an English-speaking country, as I said. That's where he learned to speak English, because English is the official language, because it's almost a colony of America, if you will. It was started like that. But you heard the Liberian president say, we thank you because there's peace in the region and we want nothing but peace. And you achieve peace by not giving out money, but by creating trade. Trade is how you create peace, because everyone's doing well. The people are doing well. The leaders are doing well. The countries are doing well. And there's no reason for people to come in there and start killing people because everyone's doing well. Well, this is today, right? This is today. This is him talking to a reporter because, as you know, for the first time in 30 years, Rwanda and the Congo, the Democratic Republic of Congo, have come to a peace agreement over their war. Millions of people have died over 30 years between Democratic Republic of Congo and Rwanda and these wars that have been going on for decades. And Trump negotiated a peace. Marco Rubio and the Trump administration negotiated a peace agreement. And what's problematic to me is that nobody is talking about it. Nobody is talking about it. They're still on Medicaid cuts, welfare SNAP, all this stuff, but no one's talking about 30 years of war has a ceasefire and a peace agreement because of what the Trump administration is doing over in that part of the world. And nobody is talking about it. I want to say it's less to do with Donald Trump and the hatred of the media of Donald Trump, and has more to do with these people don't care about that part of the world. The media literally does not care about that part of the world. Because remember, when they were fighting and killing children, all the Obama administration did was a hashtag Save Our Girls. Remember that? Nothing more, Save Our Girls. So I know the media and the West does not care about that part of the world. That's why they're not reporting on it. It has less to do with their hatred of Trump and more to do with they don't care. Let the black people in Africa kill each other. That's the media's take. But Ukraine and Russia, oh boy, let's save all the Ukrainians and send all our money to them. I'm sorry. I apologize for going there. But listen to this. This is Trump talking to what can possibly only be described as the most beautiful reporter you've ever seen in your life. You got to find the clip. I can't show you the clip on radio, but listen to him talk to this reporter. You know she got to be fine for him to be talking like this.
And you are beautiful. I'm not allowed to say that, that could be the end of my political career, but I'll say it anyway. But you are beautiful, and you're beautiful inside. So I wish I had more reporters like you. You covered Africa for a long time?
Yes, for over 10 years.
Wow.
I covered even your first administration.
Yes, I know that. That's great. Well, thank you. That's so nice that you said that. Appreciate it.
Dude literally called it. You're good looking. Just don't. Right to her face, you're good looking. And I got to tell you, say what you will about the dude. Say what you will about the dude. But at the end of the day, I kind of like the fact that he has no filter. And to be honest with you, to be completely just transparent with you, I don't mind my president telling a reporter she's fine, particularly when she's from Africa. 448-720-0750, 1-800-WSB-TALK. I'm Shelley Winter, simply filling in for my dear, dear brother and friend, Mark Arum. Also, keeping it political just for a couple more minutes. Does anybody find it odd that the doctor for Biden, Dr. Kevin O'Connor, pleaded the Fifth during closed-door deposition before Congress on Wednesday? I didn't get to it on my show, and I'm not sure if Mark got to it yesterday, but does anybody find that odd? You call in a doctor for the former president. Former president disappeared. There's questions about his ability to think on his feet. There's questions about him getting Alzheimer's, all kinds of questions surrounding his medical conditions, particularly during the last couple of years of his administration. And so the Republicans, political as it may be, we know it's all politics, right? As political as it may be, they call in Dr. Kevin O'Connor to testify. Closed door, no press, no nothing, deposition before Congress. And the guy tells his name, is your name? What is your name? I'm Dr. Kevin O'Connor. And from that point forward, he pleads the Fifth. And nobody says anything. It's just like, it's crazy to me. I'd like to know what you knew. I'd like to know, was the guy incapacitated? It seemed like he was to me. And if he wasn't, that's fine. Tell me that. But to plead the Fifth makes it very suspicious. So let me tell you guys something. Let me tell you what just happened, right? So the big guy comes into the studio in the middle of me talking on the radio. So let me tell you what's happened. So I'm not Mark Arum. I'm not Von Hessler. I'm not Eric Erickson, right? I'm kind of new kid on the block, right? I kind of have, contract with the station. I'm solidified here. I've been told, right? But I've been following sports all my life, and I've seen many managers get the vote of confidence by the general manager, only to be let go 2 days later. You've seen this before, right, Longoria? So when they say, "Oh, Shelly, you're doing great, everything's wonderful," I still get a little nervous, but I'm the new guy on the block. So here comes the big guy, walks in the studio right while I'm talking. Then he allows his phone to go off while I'm talking, and I'm thinking to myself, this guy doesn't respect the craft. So I'm going to bring, I mean, he walks in. Can I walk in on Erickson, right? Erickson goes on the air at 12 noon. I'm just going to go walk into the studio while he's talking and just sit there with my phone and let it go off. Good, big guy, tell us what's going on. Am I in trouble?
I'm trying to turn on my mic.
It's on.
The little red light doesn't work.
Yeah, that's.
What did we like? We lost money on light bulbs?
Hey, that's your management, not us. We've been complaining about stuff like that for months now.
Not to me.
What's going on?
I'm just wandering in because I can't tell time and I'm too lazy to go back to my office and wait for the break. I just had something funny to tell you and wandered in.
Oh, tell us.
No, I can't tell them.
Oh, okay.
I can't tell them.
All right. So I got to ask you a question. What's up with the phone going off in the studio?
Well, somebody called me.
All right. Yeah.
I'm deaf. I can't hear. It's got to be loud.
All right.
But, you know, look, but tell them what the word I said to you when you were talking
you
about.
said HIPAA. You said HIPAA. But
now,
it's closed door, right? And HIPAA does count, but you can answer questions.
No, you really
then you would say HIPAA violations. HIPAA clause prevents me from answering that question, Mr. Congressman.
No, I would never say that. But I'll tell you that. Let me say this to you, and I don't usually give my opinion on the air, but I will. Was Joe Biden a vegetable? Come on, we all know. Like we all saw the same thing,
and that's why it's so suspicious that you pleaded the fifth.
But I respect the doctor trying to protect his license by not saying anything in front of that.
And that's fair. If you're protecting your license because you knew you were covering up the health of a sitting president.
Like I see that, but I mean, look, you and I both saw the same things with Biden. You know, I felt like if we let him loose in the newsroom, we might find him in a cube just trying to get himself out because he'd be lost.
There you go. From the big guy at the station. And as you notice, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not arguing or debating the big guy because he is totally responsible for my continued employment at this radio station.
You can debate me anytime you... Shelly, you are safe for
safe.
Today.
There it is. There it is.
I mean, look, I'm not like Stalin where I'm going to tell you you're great one day and you're going to find on a beach in Mexico City with an axe in your face.
That's true. I'm glad of that. Do you mind if we go check traffic with smiling Mark McKay?
Sure.
And right now we're watching some delays on the downtown connectors, 75-85 southbound. You're slowing from 17th Street as you make your way down to North Avenue. Northbound delays stacked in University Avenue up past Freedom Parkway. Just leftover volume from the morning commute and still trying to shake out the brake lights out of Duluth and Norcross. Earlier crash 85 southbound around Beaver Ruin Road still sits on the left shoulder. Flashing lights there. Traffic brought to you by Blindster.com. Blindster.com is a family business making custom blinds, shades, and shutters. Give them a try and see why over 1 million windows have trusted Blindster. Alex Williams, 95.5 WSB.
You're by the pool.
You're relaxing.
You're sipping a drink.
Someone brings you a towel.
Adjust the umbrella.
Sound like a fantasy?
It's not.
This is Sandra from Grayson, Georgia. I just won $1,000 from WSB.
WSB's $1,000 Thursdays next Thursday.
Listen for the keyword at 9, 10, and 11 a.m. and 12, 1, 2, and 3 p.m.
Enter the keyword at WSBRadio.com or the WSB app.
I just put the keyword in, and oh my God.
Win $1,000. Get all the info at WSBRadio.com.
Thank you.
$1,000
Thursdays from 95.5 WSB.
Where Atlanta wins.
Only inches separate you from the heavy rain pounding on your roof. Dave Baker, host of the Home Fix It Show here for Findlay Roofing, the roof guys. Water is your home's #1 enemy, and your roof is your front line of defense to stop it from getting inside. Has your old roof finally lost the battle against all this recent heavy rain? If water has made its way into your home, think of Findlay first. They've replaced over 65,000 roofs locally, all with high-quality work upfront pricing, and exceptional service. You'll always win with Findlay. You'll never have to worry about them cutting corners. With over 30 years of experience, Findlay goes the distance. They're the extra effort experts, making sure you have a remarkable roof experience. Are you seeing water inside or just not sure how well your roof is holding up after all this recent rain? Schedule a free roof analysis. No obligation, no charge. FindlayRoofing.com.
I'm consumer investigator Dale Cardwell.
And I'm Monica Pearson. Dale and I have worked together for years, first at WSB, and today helping you find Georgia's best companies and sharing why they're the best.
Monica, one of the first companies I researched and recommended is Amco Transmissions and Total Car Care. For more than a dozen years, they've consistently met my 7-point standard and honored my Make It Right guarantee. And I know you believe in Amco just as much as I do.
Dale, over the years, we've both reported about people getting taken advantage of. So I'm keenly aware what it takes to deliver not just great performance, but great customer service. People who follow my advice literally stop me on the street and thank me for referring them to Amco.
We all need mechanics we can trust for correct diagnosis, efficient repair, and fair price. Not just for transmission repair, but engines, brakes, check engine lights, and so much more. Call the locally owned Amco near you.
And I know their nationwide warranty protects you everywhere.
That's AA.
MCO.
Can you remember the last time you turned on the shower and all you got was cold water? Hopefully you don't have a fresh memory of that. Hey, it's Mark Aram. I want you to check out my friends at Reliable Heating and Air. Great new deal on a new water heater. Check it out, guys. Only $29.99 a month and no payments for 3 whole months. No credit check and an unbeatable lifetime warranty. Or you want to go tankless? It's only $59.99 a month and you can enjoy endless hot water. Think about those long, hot showers in the cold, cold winter. Their new water heater installations come with their 100% satisfaction guarantee, same-day water heater installation guaranteed, or they pay you $300. And with their Comfort as a Service program, you get lifetime repair and maintenance, no additional charges ever, no money down, and just easy monthly payments. So new water heater, $29.99 a month, or tankless, $59.99 a month. Amazing deal. Amazing hot water, amazing service. Go online to reliableair.com.
Comcast Business helps turn today's small businesses into engines of modern business. It's how restaurants become reliably up and running neighborhood favorites. How retailers become seamlessly restocking, cyber-securing, must-visit shops. And how healthcare offices become the data managing caregivers that we all depend on. With reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, advanced fiber solutions, and Wi-Fi backup, Comcast Business is powering the engine of modern business, powering possibilities.
Now through July 21st, new customers can get started with 300 megabit internet and Security Edge for $69 a month for 24 months with a 2-year agreement. Plus, find out how to get a $500 prepaid card for your business. Call and switch to Comcast Business today. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and automatic payments with bank account. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra.
The Love Your Home Minute from TE Certified. Hi, it's Chris Chandler with Josh, the local owner of TE Certified Electrical, Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. You know, Josh, that's him you see jumping out of the back of their trucks. So what's an electrical upgrade that has made you love your home even more?
Oh, the outlets by my nightstand. So this might seem like a really small thing, but I absolutely love it. When we first moved into the house, this is one of the first things I had the electrical team come out to the house to do. They put in new outlets right next to my wife and I's bedstand. And of course, they put the ones that had the USB ports in them. So now I don't have to worry about my charger, my laptop, my phone. And we do this all the time for people who want power somewhere, but they don't want to look at a cord. So this is soffits, this is garages, offices. We do this for TVs, clocks. Basically, somewhere you want power, you wish you had it, but you don't, we can make it happen.
People will think it sounds like a lot of trouble or hassle.
It can be, but not for a TE certified electrician. TE certified, we love your home.
You got a job to do. Let's go, Shelley Winter. Shelley Winter in for Mark Aram. I get off at 12, and Eric Harrison comes on at 12. Ladies and gentlemen, hey, by the way, Children's Healthcare of Atlanta, it begins. The CHOA, not CHOA, it's not CHOA. We got to call it by the right name. It's Children's Healthcare of Atlanta.
Carathon?
Carathon, thank you very much, my brother. I'm so used to reading this stuff that I forget how to say it when it's not in front of me. But the link is live. Go to WSBRadio.com/Carathon, right? And when you click on the link, go to incentives. We got a bunch of great stuff. Seriously, all joking aside, we've got a bunch of great stuff with all of the talent here. There's even a WSB host roundtable. Where all of us are in a round table, and you come and there's a meet and greet with all of us. Eric Erickson, Eric Von Hesser, Chris Chandler, Mark Arum, myself, Eric Von Hesser, everybody, and all the news reports, everybody in one round table. And you come meet and have a meet and greet with all of us. That's there. But the biggest thing that you want to hear about, because you don't care about all of that stuff, well, you can, but you should care about this more than everything else. I have Tailgate and Falcon Game with Shelley Winter. $350 per pair. Go to WSBRadio.com/Carathon. Click on incentives. Scroll down. Get your 2 tickets for that. It's the Panthers versus the Falcons. Tailgating, food provided by Ray's Southern Foods. Best Southern food restaurant in the country. They're in Forest Park. They're providing our tailgate food. We're going to have a ball. So go to WSBRadio.com/Carathon. Click on incentives. And go all the way down, and you'll see Shelley Winter. I'm always buried at the bottom. I always wondered about that. Oh, well. Shelley Winter in for Mark Arum. I normally air Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. I'll be back tonight at 7 p.m. But when we come back, I do want to talk about, I saw Superman last night after I got off the air. Give you my review. We'll be right back.
Summer is awesome, but have you been staying cool? Ashley Frasca for Ragsdale, the heating and air company I've trusted in my home for years. My friends at Ragsdale care about your family's comfort. Go online to ragsdaleair.com to make an appointment now. Take advantage of a savings of up to $1,700 off a brand new Carrier home comfort system. Plus, Ragsdale is your family's go-to for dependable plumbing and electrical services, too. Schedule at ragsdaleair.com or give them a call. Ragsdale, the name I know you can trust.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code LIKE to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code LIKE for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code LIKE for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Hey friends, is that knee, hip, or shoulder pain just not getting any better? Are you stuck in a cycle of steroid shots and now they're talking about surgery? Before you go down that road, hit pause for a second. Hey, it's Mark Arum. I want to tell you about something that helped a lot of people get their lives back without more meds and without going under the knife. It's QC Kinetics, leaders in regenerative medicine using treatments like advanced cellular therapy and platelet-rich plasma, all designed to actually help your body heal itself. Game changer. Real results that let you move easier and live better. Listen, it doesn't cost anything for a second opinion. I want you to learn more about something that could be life-changing. A licensed medical provider will go over your x-rays or MRI and see if you're a good fit for these breakthrough treatments. Call QC Kinetics today. 770-285-8026. That's 770-285-8026. 770-285-8026.
Selling and buying a home doesn't have to be a juggling act. With Orchard, you get cash up front to buy your next place, then more cash when your old home sells. Start with a free home valuation at Orchard.com. That's Orchard.com.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather,
traffic,
95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
It is 11:30. Good morning. I'm Sabrina Cupid. This news sponsored by Rocco's European Garage. President Trump and the First Lady in Texas today to get a firsthand look at the damage from those deadly floods. The president talked to reporters as he was leaving the White House this morning. The markets have been down all day following tariff news. A reporter asked the president about the Fed chair, Jerome Powell.
I think he's doing a terrible job. I think we should be, I think we should be 3 points lower interest rate. He's costing our country a lot of money. We should be number one, and we're not. And that's because of Jerome Powell in terms of interest.
And the markets have been down all morning. Your weather for today. Scattered showers and storms possible. Highs around 90, says Channel 2 Action News meteorologist Brad Nitz. He'll have Atlanta's most accurate and dependable forecast straight ahead. A wildfire near the Grand Canyon is forcing evacuations now. Meteorologist Ginger Z.
The White Sage Fire prompting urgent evacuations at the Grand Canyon, forcing the closure of the North Rim as it's burning more than 1,000 acres so far. Grand Canyon National Park is under an extreme heat warning through the weekend, with temperatures expected to reach 115 degrees in low elevations.
All right, if you're in your car right now, headed down 85 around Druid Hills, things are a little different in that area off of the North Druid Hills exit, 85 northbound. A new braided ramp is taking drivers under the overpass to have direct access to the frontage road that runs by the new Arthur Blank Children's Hospital.
They'll no longer have to go up to North Druid Hills Road to access a signal, so it's separating out some conflict points and going to make the interchange much more efficient.
That's the DOT's Kyle Collins. He says drivers headed west on North Druid Hills towards Buckhead will still use the same method as before, but if you're ramping off to go eastbound on North Druid Hills, you will now have 3 dedicated right turn-only lanes. All of these changes are designed to keep traffic moving through that busy corridor. Some UPS workers are reporting to work in a different location. 500 employees have been relocated from the UPS office building at 35 Glenlake Parkway in Sandy Springs to its headquarters at 55 Glenlake Parkway. And then others are being relocated to the office space in Alpharetta. The company announcing last week that it was offering buyouts to drivers for the first time ever amid global trade tensions and rising competition from companies like Amazon. Some Delta passengers this week were stranded in paradise for more than a day. A U.S.-bound flight from Spain had to divert to a remote island chain off the coast of Portugal after the plane experienced a problem with one of the engines.
Delta Flight 127 from Madrid to New York took off a little after noon, but about a third of the way across the Atlantic, some on board say they heard a loud boom.
The pilot got onto the intercom to say that the flight was being diverted, that we had lost the left engine.
According to the airline, an indication of a mechanical issue in an engine prompted the flight crew to divert the Airbus A330 to an Air Force base in the Azores.
And Sam Champion says no injuries were reported. A federal judge in New York has handed voiceover actors a partial victory in a lawsuit against an AI voiceover generator.
The judge said the actors can pursue breach of contract claims against AI voiceover generator Lovo because their communications with Lovo staff through a freelance gig website support allegations their voice recordings were used beyond what they agreed to. Most of the actors' copyright infringement claims were dismissed for now. The complaint joins dozens of other copyright infringement lawsuits by creators against AI companies, including OpenAI and Google. I'm Bloomberg's Gina Cervetti for 95.5 WSB.
It's 11:34. That means it's time now for live team coverage of traffic and weather. Alex Williams joining us now from the 24-hour traffic center.
And watching some brake lights south of the city right now, Sabrina. 75 and 675 southbound, a little sluggish between out of Ellenwood on 675 and Morrow on 75. All trying to make that commute down to their merging point in Stockbridge, just volume there. Heads up in Buckhead. We got a closure of Peachtree Road. Looks like the westbound direction of Peachtree Road, right around Lenox Parkway. Some police activity going on there, and it's jamming up Peachtree Road in both directions, as well as Lenox Road, so maybe playing your alternates there. Police are on scene directing traffic. And in Duluth, construction continues in the right lane, 85 northbound Pleasant Hill Road, exit 104. Alex Williams, 95.5 WSB.
I'm Channel 2 Action News Chief Meteorologist Brad Nitz. Hot and muggy with scattered showers and storms this afternoon. We'll hit 90 degrees. Diminishes pretty quickly as we head towards sunset this evening. For Saturday, 91 with scattered afternoon storms. Tomorrow's rain chance, 40%.
83 degrees in Lithia Springs. It's 82 in Marietta. 83 degrees here in Midtown Atlanta. More news at noon. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Sabrina Cupid, 95.5 WSB.
When traffic hits.
I-75 completely shut down north and south between McDonough and Locust Grove.
The Triple Team Traffic Center has you covered.
Brake lights
fill in on 316 westbound at Sugarloaf Parkway.
Your source for Atlanta's traffic.
Heavy police fire department activity.
Brought to you by the Cool Ray Lifetime Parts and Labor Warranty.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
Coming up in 2 minutes on the Shelley Winter Show with... Coming up in 2 minutes on the Mark Aram Show with Shelley Winter filling in. I saw Superman last night. I want to give you my full review. That's next on the Mark Aram Show.
When it comes to your home, quality is crucial. Trust the Plus. Painting Plus. The Plus means siding, gutters, windows, decks, porches, roofing, and of course, painting.
Hi, I'm Charlie, owner of Painting Plus and the Plus family of businesses. Quality comes first. We have the most experienced exterior craftsmen in the industry.
If your home's exterior has it, the Plus can improve it. Painting Plus. Siding, gutters, windows, decks, porches, roofing, and more. Trust the Plus. PaintingPlus.com.
Cancer upends your life. We're doing all we can to change that. At Winship Cancer Institute of Emory University, we're reimagining the care experience to ease the burden of cancer. With experts in your cancer and the research, trials, and treatments you can only get here. All so you can focus on what matters most, the best chance of living a full life. Winship Cancer Institute of Emory University. Cancer care designed around you and your life. EmoryHealthcare.org/Winship.
Those wire shelves in your closet are just a ticking time bomb waiting to explode. Dave Baker for Artisan Custom Closets. At Artisan, we see it all the time. The wire shelves come crashing down. Clothes, shoes, bags are everywhere. It's a disaster zone. Save yourself before this happens to you. With a custom, spacious closet from Artisan, you'll never have to look at that clutter again. Your shoes, bags, clothes, accessories, all neatly organized and designed to stay that way. ArtisanCustomClosets.com.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-700-6898. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-700-6898. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-700-6898. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-700-6898 or biglou.com.
Shelley Winter in for Mark Aram. Eric Erickson is up next. Then the Von Hessler Doctrine, and then I'm back at 7 p.m. tonight live. So please keep it locked here, the best news and talk station in the entire world in the history of talk radio, 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk. I've got the last final pair of tickets to see Chris DiStefano at the Tabernacle October 23rd. Chris DiStefano is a great comedian. You want to see him. I'm going to give it away to caller number 10, 404-872-0750, 1-800-WSB-TALK. Caller number 10 gets a pair of tickets, the final pair of tickets to see Chris DiStefano at the Tabernacle on October 23rd. Tickets are still available. So give us a call now. Caller number 10, 404-872-0750, 1-800-WSB-TALK. So, last night I get off the air, 9 p.m. So let me tell you the full story. Let me take you back a little bit. While I was here, I usually get here about 3:30, 4 o'clock to do show prep. And while I was here doing show prep last night, a friend of mine called me up and said, "Hey, Shelley, I got a pair of tickets to see Beyonce. Do you want to go?" So they're free tickets. I have no idea what songs are on this country album that Beyonce put out there that's very popular with her fan base. But, you know, it's free tickets. I get off at 9. I was going to go check it out. Then I was reminded that I was filling in for Mark. And when I fill in for Mark, I have to get up so early in the morning to get here to do show prep, and it's a long day for me, and I didn't want to go out. You know, you go to a concert, the concert's over about 11, but, you know, you're going to have a couple cocktails, you're going to walk around. It just wouldn't have been a good look for me to come in here tired when I fill in for such an important fill-in position for Mark Aram. And so I gave the tickets back. Hey, I can't go. But I wasn't really ready to go home, and I'm a huge comic book movie fan. So I went to see Superman at Atlantic Station. So now, that's where I was last night. I left here, went to Atlantic Station right around the corner to see Superman. I collected comic books as a young kid. I'm a Marvel comic fan mostly, but I did have some DC comics when I was collecting comic books, but I was mostly a Marvel comic fan. And even with the movies, that has translated the movies, and what I like Marvel comic movies better than DC movies. I just think they're better stories. I think the everything about a Marvel comic, the films, the backstories, everything is just always a better movie experience for me. Wonder Woman, the first one, was decent. 1984 stunk. Batman versus Superman was probably a great movie on paper, but when it came out, it was horrible. Zack Snyder's remake of the Justice League was much better, but too dark for me. This movie, this Superman that came out yesterday, is a very good movie. I suggest you go see it. It's good, as DC movies go. Okay? Now, if I compare this Superman movie to a Marvel comic like Thor or Aquaman or anything like that, it doesn't hold up. But as DC movies go, it is good, right? It's a good movie. Lot of Easter eggs in it. They bring back I'm not going to give away too much, but there's some Suicide Squad members in there. Some good stuff. Good drops. It's funny. For the first time, Clark Kent's parents are kind of like real middle Americans, right? They're real farmers. They're real simple, loving people, right? I thought their depiction was probably one of the best depictions of who Clark Kent's parents were, Martha and John. And so good parts, good points in the movie, some good stuff, right? But it was decent. But here's where movies are so expensive now, and with the addition of streaming, I judge movies differently. So I went to see this in the movies because I wanted to see it. I'm a comic book movie fan. Maybe not as much Marvel. Like I said, I like Marvel movies better than DC movies, but I'm a fan of comic book movies because it brings me back to my childhood where I used to run to the store when a new edition of Spider-Man or Captain America or the Hulk or whatever came out. I'd run to the comic book store, Mr. George's candy store, to get the new comics because I collected comic books as a child. So it's part of me. And it's good, brings back good memories, so I love comic book movies. So I went to see this movie last night. But here's the thing. Movies are so expensive now that you can't judge a movie solely on whether it's just a good movie or not. Because let me tell you why. I said to you a couple minutes ago, this was a good movie, right? I didn't see any holes in it. By the way, quick aside, I don't understand whether my right side friends are calling it woke, because I didn't hear anything woke in this movie. Superman is an alien. Truly, he's an alien. He's not from Mexico. He's from Krypton. He's an alien, right? I don't understand the controversy around that part of it. But anyway, I digress. But I went to the movies, Atlantic Station. I'm a senior. I always pay senior now, $17.99 for one ticket. I bought a hot dog and a bag to Kit Kats, the little snack Kit Kats. $35 I spent for one person. Now, I have to tell you, the movie was good, but it wasn't worth $35. I could have easily kept that money in my pocket and waited for the movie to come on streaming. Not because it wasn't a good film, not because it wasn't a good DC comic book film. It was decent, but it wasn't worth my $35. And there's a difference now. So with Rotten Tomatoes and all these fan sites, the question we have to start talking about, if I pay to go to a movie theater, is it worth the money, or can I wait for streaming? Had I listened, I had to find out for myself, but I will tell you, for this movie, Superman, make no rush to go see it in the theaters. If you got a family like Longoria has children, if you've got a family of 3 or 4 and they want to see Superman, I'd hold off. Or go Tuesday or Wednesday to an AMC theater, which they have 50% off for rewards members. Just sign up, put your phone number in and sign up, and it's 50% off. Then it may be worth it. But for my $35 last night, getting off air at 9 o'clock, I could have saved that money. I could have put that money to better use. Was the movie good? Absolutely. Was it worth $35 for me alone to see it? Absolutely not. And I would say of Superman, the original, almost 30, 40 years ago, was the best Superman ever. Still hands down the best Superman ever. Superman 1 with Christopher Reeve, and that's the best one ever, right? Richard Donner's 1978, I think it came out. Superman the movie. That was the best. That's still hands down the best Superman ever. This is probably right up there with Superman 2, right behind Superman 2, making it number 3 for me. Right? Wasn't a bad movie. Certainly better than Batman versus Superman, Dawn of Justice. Certainly better than Superman 3, which was garbage. But was it worth $35? No, not at all, my friends. Not at all. So save your money. Wait for it to come on streaming. That's my review of Superman, the movie. It's good, but if you can hold off and keep the money in your pocket, save your money and wait for it to come out on streaming, because the special effects are great, but there's nothing in it that you have to see it on the big screen. But there's some great Easter eggs in it that you'll see when you do see it, whether you wait for it to come on streaming like I suggest, or you see it in the movies this weekend. You will see some great Easter eggs in there. Say, oh, that's what Shelley was talking about. 448-720-750, 1-800-WSB-TALK. Congratulations to Michelle from Locust Grove. She won the pair of tickets to see comedian Chris DiStefano at the Tabernacle on October 23rd. So congratulations to her. Before we go, we're going to come back for one last segment. I do want to talk about TV shows that were canceled, but I also want to congratulate CEO of DeKalb County, Lorraine Cochran Johnson, on what her law enforcement apparatus in partnership with state and federal partners was able to do a couple days ago. I definitely want to give her kudos and her flowers, as they say, while it's still hot and fresh. It's called Operation Safe DeKalb. Remember, she just got sworn in January, and this was a good opening push on something that she ran on. I want to talk about that before we go. Also coming up next, we got Longoria's Fact of the Day, and I won't give out Star of the Show, because they said I'm not supposed to give out Star of the Show. I don't have the right or the power to give out Star of the Show. We'll be right back. Shelley Winter in for Mark Arum. In the studio is...
Hey, Shelley, it's Alex.
Hey, Alex.
How are you, buddy? Right now, we're going to check the ride around Metro Atlanta. If you are traveling on 85 southbound out of Duluth toward Norcross, you're still seeing some brake lights. Just volume, though, from Highway 316 down past Pleasant Hill Road. 85 north, you got the right lane construction, though, right at Pleasant Hill Road, exit 104. So a little sluggish coming out of Norcross, but no big issues there. Where we do have an issue is in Buckhead. A bad crash shutting down Peachtree Road westbound, just west of Lenox Parkway. Police on scene directing traffic there. It's jammed up Peachtree in both directions, as well as Lenox Road, so plan some alternate routes there. Piedmont, again, Lenox is one, but that will also be slow there in the Buckhead area. Alex Williams, 95.5 WSB.
Get the WSB radio app.
This story is breaking right now.
Get notifications from your source for news.
If you have the WSB radio app, then you saw the breaking news. Get the WSB radio app.
Don't miss a thing with the WSB app.
Download it from the App Store today.
Hey, now's the time of year you're really enjoying that deck, I bet. Grilling food, sitting out relaxing, having friends over, good times. Dave Baker here from my deck experts, Ben Hill Renovations. I get it, though, if you're still dragging your heels a bit on getting a new deck. I know you want to make sure you find the right builder so you can upgrade your outdoor living space correctly and within your budget. So here's a few things to consider when selecting a builder for your deck. You'll want someone who will build your deck up to future county and city code requirements. Closets. You'll want a builder who'll pull a permit for the work. Yes, the builder will need a permit, and pulling a permit now saves you headaches in the future. You'll also want different options, styles, types of wood, and colors to choose from. You'll get all that at Ben Hill Renovations, plus superior craftsmanship from their 60 years of experience, and your job will be backed by their workmanship warranty. Visit bhrenovations.com today and schedule a free design consultation at your home. Ben Hill Renovations, creating raving fans since 1964.
Market volatility isn't slowing down. If you're nearing retirement, now is not the time to wait and see. Every day of uncertainty can put your future at risk. It's time to diversify. I'm Jeff Jr. with Trajan Wealth, and I want you to know you can create certainty, locking in guaranteed income for life. This means predictable, stable cash flow, even in turbulent times. You've worked too hard to leave your retirement to chance. Right now, there are options to receive up to 30% upfront or annual growth of up to 10% for retirement income. That's up to $30,000 upfront or up to $10,000 per year on $100,000, all guaranteed for retirement income. Don't wait. Call 404-390-4000. That's 404-390-4000.
Annuity guarantees are based on the claims paying ability of the issuing insurance company. Any examples provided are hypothetical. Annuities are issued with prospectus and sales brochures and should be reviewed carefully before funding as features and benefits vary. DBA in most states as Trajan Wealth Insurance Solutions.
At Kroger, you never compromise. You get high quality and low prices. Like you never compromise your meal with our spring salad mix that's guaranteed fresh. And you never compromise your budget with lower prices on over 1,000 items. Hand it to Kroger shoppers. You never compromise. Kroger. Fresh for everyone.
Save big on 6-packs of Coca-Cola, Pepsi, or Canada Dry. Right now, select varieties are only $2.99 each with your digital coupon. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Hey guys, you looking for a simple solution to hair loss this summer? We'll get Advanced Hair's breakthrough one-day treatment during their once-yearly summer savings event. It's Mark Aaron back with you. Check this out. Your own natural hair begins to regrow the very next day, and Advanced Hair guarantees it will grow. Take advantage of your flexible summer calendar and get the most hair for your dollar during Advanced Hair's best offer ever. For details and free consultations, call 470-660-HAIR or online at advancedhair.com.
Comcast Business helps turn today's small businesses into engines of modern business. It's how restaurants become reliably up and running neighborhood favorites. How retailers become seamlessly restocking, cyber-securing, must-visit shops. And how healthcare offices become the data managing caregivers that we all depend on. With reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, advanced fiber solutions, and Wi-Fi backup, Comcast Business is powering the engine of modern business. Powering possibilities.
Now through July 21st, new customers can get started with 300 megabit internet and Security Edge for $69 a month for 24 months with a 2-year agreement. Plus, find out how to get a $500 prepaid card for your business. Call and switch to Comcast Business today. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and automatic payments with bank account. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
A few years ago, my youngest son had something minor turned into something very major in a matter of hours.
It was Medi-Share that came through for us, and there was no hassles, there was no problem.
That's what's so wonderful about knowing that you're a part of such an incredible ministry.
Medi-Share is a biblical approach to healthcare where Christians share each other's medical expenses.
Medi-Share is a family, a group of people that stick with you through the hardest times of your life.
Medi-Share isn't insurance. It's a nonprofit ministry over 30 years old, and members have shared over $8 billion of each other's medical bills.
We don't have to spend so much on health insurance. You can focus on supporting other people.
Medi-Share is affordable.
Medi-Share is biblical.
Medi-Share is family. Join thousands of Christians who can help you save on your health care and support your family when you need it. Call 855-51-BIBLE, 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE.
Shelley Winter filling in for Mark Arum. Coming up at noon, My good brother Eric Erickson will take you to 3 p.m. Eric Von Hessler and the Von Hessler Doctrine, they will take you to 7, and then I will be back here at 7 p.m. So please keep it locked here all day long. I want to salute the DeKalb County CEO and the DeKalb County Sheriff's Office, Melody, especially DeKalb County Sheriff Melody Maddox, and Lorraine Cochran Johnson, DeKalb County CEO, and Demetrius Atkins, who's the Chief Deputy of DeKalb County Sheriff's Office. They said they arrested 53 people. DeKalb County Sheriff's Office joined forces with teams of officers from other county, state, and federal law enforcement agencies, and they confiscated a number of firearms and a stolen vehicle. Everybody went to DeKalb County Jail without incidents. 53 people who all had serious records ranging from murder to rape and all kinds of serious violations, and congratulations to them. It was called Operation Safe DeKalb. Shout out to DeKalb County Sheriff Melody Maddox, good friend of my show. She's been on my show several times, know her very well, and good job, Sheriff Maddox. Congratulations on that. A Detroit father, I just want to tell the story real quick, and then we'll do Fact of the Day. So this guy owned a car wash in East Detroit. One of his last wishes was that when he died, they drop money out of a helicopter in the neighborhood where he served, because he was known for being generous, right? So they did it. The sons dropped $5,000. I'm sure the guy wanted a lot more than $5,000 dropped. Like, could you imagine you saying, okay, I want whatever number, I want this money dropped out of a helicopter, but that's your money now as the kids. You know what I mean? You're not generous. Like, all right, drop $5,000. We abided by Dad's wishes.
The helicopter costs more than the $5,000 that they dropped.
Exactly. That's my point. I know when I read this story, I was like, oh, wow, they dropped $100,000, $5,000. That's because the two sons kept the rest for themselves. Let's go to Longoria's Fact of the Day.
Longoria's Fact of the Day.
All right, today is National French Fry Day, and while the name suggests France, the popular theory is that the French fries originated in Belgium. Some stories say American soldiers in Belgium during World War I mistakenly called them French fries because French was spoken in the Belgian army.
But so wait, who invented it?
They're
French,
saying that
the Belgian people invented
Right.
it, and so American soldiers ate them and then brought them back to the
well,
U.S.
yeah, they thought they were French because they spoke French.
Right. And where did fries come from? They just fried potatoes, right?
Just fried potatoes.
Yeah. I wonder why they didn't call them fried potatoes.
I have no idea. I didn't go that deep into the French fry theories of where they were, originated from.
Thank you, Longoria. We appreciate you very much, and I appreciate you guys. Deborah Green, thank you so much for all you do. I can't thank you enough. When I fill in for Mark, you just make it so seamless and easy, and I really, as your brother, I really appreciate you so very much, my sister.
You got it, Shells, anytime. Team Shelley.
I'm Team Mark Aram, Team Deborah Green, Team Longoria. I appreciate you guys very much. Don't forget, Eric Erickson's up next, Von Hessler Doctrine at 3, and then I'm back on at 7. Ladies and gentlemen, also, do not forget, go to WSBRadio.com/Carathon. Look for the box incentives. Click on that. Read everything. We got a bunch of fun stuff, good stuff. But please, go to Pay For and join me at the Falcons-Panthers game in November. Tailgating, food provided by Ray's Southern Foods, and the game. Do that first and then go do whatever other incentives you want. God bless you all. Thank you for listening. Be safe out there. And as I say every night on my show when I go off the air, know in your hearts that God loves you. Peace.